Welcome everybody back to our latest session of the Empire of the Ghouls. As usual, we're going to do a quick recap of what occurred last session, and then we'll get underway with tonight's session. So team, you'll likely recall when we picked up last week, you guys were in the city of Jost. You had just wrapped up some activities there and were in preparations to head over to the Masons Guild, the Stone Masons Guild, because it was said that they had the ability to transport to their quarry sites quickly. And you had received this letter from Queen Ursula from the court in exile asking you to use that resource to get back to Carrie Essen and speak with them about the fact that the Archduke has been abducted by the ghouls and taken prisoner. So you guys did have some time here in Jost to hit the market, do some shopping, chat with a few different folks. Eventually, Archgale decided to head to, and I'm totally going to guess on the name again. I think it was Uncommon Porpoise, the very unique name of the inn that the Archduke always stayed at when he was here in Jost. Archgale headed back there and tracked down a member of the Archduke's retinue and spoke with him, got some additional information, tried to determine how the Archduke was taken. This individual didn't have a ton of information, was able to give some details, but again, it was kind of a bit of a mystery of how exactly the Archduke was abducted. And after that was complete, you guys decided to make your way over to that Stonemasons Guild. You had to speak with a representative there and convince them to allow your team to use their what turned out to be a teleportation circle. And you at first were struggling a bit, but then you recalled that inside the letter from the Queen, a platinum ring was given, and the Queen indicated to use that as payment. And so you guys showed that to the Stonemasons rep. They took that, accepted that as payment, took you guys down below to where the teleportation circle was, acclimated it to where you needed to get to, and then you guys stepped through and found yourself in a more simple room, very stone-based room with a dwarf there who didn't seem all that surprised to see you and tried to usher you out really quick outside. You guys then asked him some questions like, where were you? He was a bit confused because he assumed that you knew where you had come to. You guys chatted with him a bit and eventually explained that you wanted to head to Carrie Essen. And he said, yep, no problem. It was essentially an hour's walk from this current location in the northeast direction. So you guys left that quarry site, made your way the hour northeast to Carrie Essen. Once you arrived there, you touched base with the court in exile, checking in with them, had to wait a little bit in a lobby waiting room before you were invited to attend the Great Hall. Once inside, you met the three members of the court in exile as the Archduke was no longer here. They explained the severity of the situation, mostly the Queen, specifically pointing out that with the Archduke taken, his knowledge could be taken by the ghouls and then used to great effect against the court in exile and against essentially the forces of the living still within Krakova. So you guys had a conversation with them. They asked for your assistance in tracking down the Archduke. Some other questions that you asked, the Queen was not seemingly ready to answer those and really wanted to focus on rescuing the Archduke. But once that was agreed to, the Lord there, Lord Elzano, explained that the best bet would for you guys to be to head back to the dwarves down in the Black Fortress. And he said the best way to get there was to use the Shadow Road or the Fey Road. You had used this Fey Road once before to head north. This time you were going to be using it to head the much shorter distance to the south. However, you guys recall last time you used this, you had the Archduke as sort of your guide, and it's been explained to you, or sort of common knowledge, that traveling the Fey Roads is quite dangerous without a guide. And so you guys eventually were directed to a local tavern and told that there was a guide there, someone who was knowledgeable, or that you could find somebody there most likely. And so you guys traveled to that tavern in Carrie Essen, spoke with the barkeep. The barkeep sent a young gentleman out to go chase down this guide that is knowledgeable of the Fey Roads. The individual who chased her down seemed to be a little bit reluctant to go speak with her. The guide saying that the guide was kind of mean in a sense. However, did as he was bid, and then this individual was brought to your audience and introduced herself as Selvin. She appeared a little bit exotic to most of your eyes. I think one of you guys said she was a tiefling after she had left, but her appearance was definitely had horns on her head, dark garbed gear, dark hair, and seemingly having like a palish green tint to her skin. You guys spoke with her briefly. She was very matter of fact and to the point. She said her fee was 20 gold pieces and she would take you to where you wanted to go. You guys agreed. She said she'd see you in the morning and left. You guys were happy to then rest here at Carriessen, and in the morning you regrouped with your guide, entered into the Fey Roads using the same exact entrance that you had previously used, and Sullivan then took you through the Fey Roads. As you guys are traveling on your first day of travel, or only day of travel really at this bend of the trip, you guys came across this area where the road kind of turned a bit, and you noticed and first heard the sound of an arrow flying from like the northeast to the southwest, and then as you waited there a moment, another one flew, and then shortly thereafter you saw this large giant-like creature rush into the opening with an arrow sticking out of its hand, looking towards you guys and getting into a bit of a combat stance, you might say, as he rushed forward to attack you guys, obviously assuming that you are the ones that shot him. Pretty quickly thereafter, some of his friends joined, so we found ourselves in combat with these several giants. You guys deployed a variety of magic with Hunger of Hadar from Runok slowing things down, and some Spirit Guardians from Archgale being used to pretty good effect. And then, of course, some melee bashing and bruising to take these opponents down, which you guys eventually did, though you suffered some significant wounds yourselves. After that was complete, you guys then continued on this path, or only for a short distance, before you were spoken to by what turned out to be a member of the Shadow Fae. The Shadow Fae said essentially like, oh, feel free to continue on your way, and seemed to be pleasant, but certainly seeming to want to usher you on forward, which you guys did. Sullivan seemed to think that made the most sense, and you guys were kind of deferring to her. And so that's exactly what you guys did. You guys continued on. As you did, you heard the sound of many more Shadow Fae coming from the tree line, and they seemed excited that they would get the opportunity to loot the giants that you guys had all just killed. So you guys continued on your way, eventually finding yourself at this exit from the Shadow Road. Once you got there, however, your guide Sullivan, explained that it looked like the exit had been sealed. You guys then asked, well, what could you do about that? She said that she could unseal it. And then she did this little ritual, saying a word or saying a chant of some type while very close to the arch. And this seemed to work, opening the arch once again. I think most of you didn't really understand what she was saying, but maybe one of you or two of you might have. And then after the arch passageway was opened, you guys stepped out, found yourself much closer now to the Black Fortress. Once you guys were there, you had a bit of a brief debate on how to proceed. Sullivan explained that she would stay here for at least a short bit of time, and if you guys needed her aid again, she would be here if you came back within a day or two. Beyond that, she couldn't promise that she'd be here. You guys kind of negotiated with her a little bit to try to arrange to keep her services for longer. She, however, did not want to go to the Black Fortress. You guys then decided to head down there yourselves. And once you got to the Black Fortress, identified who you were and who you were, there to see, essentially, which was Yarrow Whitebeard, the general. Once you guys had finally connected with him inside the Black Fortress, he was disturbed to hear that the Archduke had been taken prisoner, and he said that he had recently invited an expert on the undead to the Black Fortress, and he thought that perhaps you already had been made acquaintances with her. It was Tree-Hilled Shardspike from the Black Canton of Gristle, the sage there who you've spoken to before. So pretty quickly you were brought to her audience. She was very similar to the last time you met her, a bit hard of hearing, and would go on at lengths about knowledge that she had. So you guys asked her some questions. She filled you in on some knowledge, particularly about Moretto Lichmark, one of the new names that you had heard in a letter, and then also about the pure city of Vandicule. So she filled you guys in on some information, and in particular, she said that your best next step would be to head to Seawall, which is a location in the Southlands. And down there were these individuals known as gravebinders, who were essentially experts in necromancy, and they were said to be able to walk amongst the undead unharmed, and said that you should find them and get them to teach you that secret so that you could enter the area of the Empire of Ghouls and retrieve the Archduke. You guys also question at some point why not try to get the Archduke before he made it all the way there. But it was explained to you that the Archduke was very heavily guarded by the forces of the Empire of Ghouls. But once he was brought to the Empire and in Ghoul territory, you might say, most likely their guard would drop because no one would expect anybody crazy enough to attack in Ghoul land. And so that's kind of the plan exactly that you guys have laid before you. So team, that is the quick recap of what occurred last session. What did I miss that anybody would like to add?
Yeah, so those gravebinders, we were told, seem to be protected, but well, first they're like half dead or half undead, and they're protected by, I wrote down Anuakma, and we're looking for a specific person named Hindyadi.
Good additional information. That name, however, is not necessarily the specific person you're looking for. That's who Treehild said she spoke to a long time ago, but he was no longer in this area. So kind of just pointing you more to the Gravebinders in general. But yes, the Gravebinders do seem to be followers of Anu Akma, or at least very knowledgeable of that, and can use that connection perhaps to make them move amongst the undead unmolested. So yeah, go ahead and take inspiration there, Grim.
So we learned that Seawall is about 3,000 miles south. It's between like the Middle Sea and the White Sea in the middle of the desert. So the only real way to get there is on one of these Fey roads. So we basically contracted Sylvan again to bring us down there, and we were able to negotiate the price to 40 like gold up front, and it'll be 50 if it takes us more than a week to travel down there.
Yes, indeed. Good addition. Go ahead and take inspiration as well, Laud. Anybody else?
I already have inspiration. Does anybody not have it?
I don't have it, but I think I'm also gonna add something.
Okay. Well, you can have mine if it that way you have it regardless.
Okay.
If it's not worth it, yeah.
I was just gonna add that when she did the portal, she spoke in Derricule. And I don't know if it was a prayer, but she basically said, "Grant me your blessing, Sarastra."
So not so much part of the recap, but interesting little tidbit that I don't think anybody except Runak knew yet. But yes, good, interesting tidbit to add.
One other thing that may be worth mentioning is so we were originally thinking about maybe trying the ritual ourselves, but then when we found Sylvan, she effectively informed us that we have to do it at a certain time. It seems like when you kind of open up the gates probably determines like, which roads show up and where they go. She was specific about like we had to wait until the morning and before we could even start to open it up back up.
Without confirming or denying, I'll say very interesting speculation. There's definitely something there based on what you said. I won't say that necessarily you have all the details correct, but yeah, the timing does seem to be a factor with your guide and how to interact with these portals. All right, team, if there is nothing else to add, then let's go ahead and get you guys back over. So you guys are currently still at the Black Fortress. So I'm going to move you guys to the world map. And you pretty much have accomplished what you wish here. Is there anything, remember this is a fortress, not a full city, but if there's some kind of, minor provisions or something it is that you're trying to restock on or something like that, you probably can find things of, minor nature here. Is there anything else you're wanting to do before making your way back to where Sylvan is waiting for you in the hills and re-entering the Fey Roads?
I will pass along that information that I said to everybody, that this is what she said, and especially to Caliban, maybe don't get too attached to her. She might be like me.
I'm sorry again. Can you, Runak? What was the phrase she used?
She wanted the blessing of Sarastra.
Okay.
That is the goddess that I also serve.
All right, Glory.
I don't know if had we already rolled to see if any of the merchants here have a pole arm, a magical pole arm.
So there's not necessarily merchants here in the Black Fortress. This is like a military installation. It's not a city, so you wouldn't really have any chance of finding something like that among a merchant.
Okay.
So that would be my only question. If I don't know how meticulous we've been on tracking rations, but I have none on my character sheet, so.
There's 78 in the bag of holding, and so 7 people per day. So a week is we've got like a week and a half's worth of supplies, maybe a little more.
Okay.
I have my own. I eat meat, but I have 9 days worth of meat.
Yeah, so we probably have similar then with the 6 remaining 78 rations. So actually, like 12 days worth basically.
Not to get in the weeds too much, but does that also count for water?
I believe we have the ability to create water, right? From Cleric?
I think that was the person that died, wasn't it?
Well, Zach did, but I thought we also had like create water as a spell on somebody.
I did have it, but I don't have it anymore. But next,
Yeah, cleric, you can just pray for it, right?
Every morning.
I think if I summoned water, it would have tentacles in it.
I think. No, never mind. Maybe I'm thinking of Paladin. I'm sorry. I was just thinking that I think that some of the classes now have limited on that, but I think Cleric still has all. They can redo their whole book, but I think Paladins can only switch 1 a day now.
So essentially what I'm seeing here is Create or Destroy Water is a first level spell that's available to clerics. So if that's on your list and you have a slot for it, 10 gallons of clean water per 1 use of the spell. I think for PCs, you need a gallon of water a day, if I remember correctly.
Holy hell, I'll be amazed if I drink a gallon over a week.
That's why you can't pee. I hear you in the morning.
That's because I'm old.
All right. Well, just in case, I'm gonna buy a second water skin. Not that it really matters, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
So yeah, so I'd say you can find availability to purchase a water skin. Essentially, you're purchasing it from like soldiers, but they're happy to sell it to you, and then they'll get resupplied next time a merchant comes down this way.
Thank you.
Yep, yeah, I did just confirm. So if you're medium sized, you need 1 gallon per day. All right, so with that out of the way, is there anything else you guys are wanting to try to accomplish here before making your way back to the gate? All right, hearing nothing, I'm going to fast forward us a little bit then. You guys get your things together here at the Black Fortress, make your way back to the gates, like another hour or so back to the gate. So we'll say it's midday at this point. Once you connect with Sullivan once again, she's kind of wandering. She's not just right here by the gate, so it probably takes a little bit of time to track her down. She will mention that accessing the gate again so quickly, you'll have to do that in the morning. So essentially you'll have to, sleep out here, or if for some reason you wanted to walk the hour back to the Black Fortress, you could do that. But basically you have, say, 5-6 hours to kill before sleeping, picking things up in the morning, and going from there. Assuming there's nothing specific you guys are wanting to do with fill that time, we'll go ahead and fast forward that as well. And we will assume it is the next morning. You guys can apply a long rest, having slept out here nearby the gate, and nothing untoward occurs. As you wake up in the morning, you will notice that Selvin, much like before, seems to be kind of very vigilant and always on lookout, or kind of scouting, moving about the perimeter, that sort of thing. In the morning, as you guys are making your preparations, you'll notice her just kind of leaning against the arch, seemingly just waiting for you to give her the word to open the gate once again.
Could I try?
You'll see she kind of turns and looks towards you and says, "Try what?"
Opening the gate.
Do you have the gift?
Oh, probably not. I understood what you said, though.
I'm not surprised. You'll see she watches you carefully, but then kind of just resumes her posture.
Do you just say the words?
The specifics are rather peculiar.
Oh, okay. If you don't think it'll work, you go ahead. I'm sorry to delay.
She scans across the rest of the team, and assuming you guys look like you're ready to go, all packed up, having done your eating, that kind of thing, you will see she kind of just runs her hand along the side of the arch, and this time she doesn't say anything, but you will notice the arch seems to wake up, for the lack of a better term. It kind of hums slightly and emits a slight buzzing sound, and then suddenly you notice the passageway open once again inside the arch, and you'll see she draws her blade and steps on through.
Can't let her in. Go in by herself. I'm going in too.
Yeah, I follow.
All right, team, as you guys all make your way inside, as the last person steps on through, finding yourself back on the Shadow Road, you'll hear a snap sound as the portal in the arch vanishes, and you find yourself back in this very depressing and dreary area.
I'm going to put on my shield because, well, I want to.
Yeah, good idea. We keep getting attacked out here.
All right, as you make some preparations like donning a shield, you will notice that Selvin looks towards the path and starts marching that way, casting just a bare glance behind her to make sure you're not falling behind.
Is it dark here?
It is, yes.
I would cast light on myself.
All right, just like before, if you get to a battle map situation and you don't have light on yourself, feel free to cast it at that point. We will assume you have pre-casted it as you just declared it.
All right, sounds good.
Okay, so you guys have this potentially long travel ahead of you. Let's make this a bit interesting. I need two volunteers to both roll me a d12.
I can do it.
I can do it. Yeah.
Okay, so as you start traveling, you'll notice that Selvin seems a little bit twitchy and perhaps not her normal self. You guys have only known her for a little bit, but she seems a little bit antsy. And after a bit, she stops and she looks back and she says, "This is going to take quite a long time, I'm afraid. How much did you pack preparation-wise?"
About a week and a half's worth of food.
She looks at you and kind of licks her lips for a moment, and she says, "Well, I'm afraid that may not be enough. Keep your eyes open for anything else that you might be able to consume and survive."
Oh. Okay.
How about you? Do you need any meat?
You see she looks at you for a moment and then turns on her heel and continues walking.
Don't offend her, Runak.
All right, so you guys
How-
are walking. Yeah, go ahead, Runak.
Runak is confused by how that's offensive. And that's what I eat. Meat.
You're making assumptions on her part. Maybe she just knows your language. I don't know.
Quit defending every girl you meet. It's getting old.
All right, all right.
All right,
Just
so you
Barnaby
guys,
blowing up.
yeah, just want
No.
a rock on the path, maybe.
No, I pushed the wrong button. I was doing something on a character sheet.
All right, so you guys are walking along this dreary path. You're noticing that sometimes it's kind of open and plains and rough, kind of like the wallpaper we see right now. And other times you start getting in more to a shadowy tree scope where the path leads through that, similar to where you guys were at before. It's as you've traveled for about 4 hours at this point, and you get into an area that's more forested, for lack of a better description. The gnarled trees seem to loom thickly around a bend where a group of individuals seem to rest. As you glance at them, you notice that they have a similar appearance to Selvin. They leap to their feet, and one of them, who looks to be a short female with long black horns and clad in a breastplate and layered leather skirts, calls out, "Halt! In the name of the Moonlight King."
All right, well, we just passed it through.
Oh, a king! A king's out here.
This woman seems to step forward while the rest of them stay back, but you do notice that they have bows at the ready. They're not knocked with arrows or drawn or anything like that, but they definitely seem to have them ready. She will step forward carefully. You'll notice she glances at each of you, laying her eyes upon you for a moment. It seems as though her glance maybe lasts an extra moment on Selvin, but then she looks at the rest of you once again and she says, "Who is it that is the leader of your group?"
Well, she's guiding us.
Huh? All right, yeah, it's me. We're just passing through. Don't mean to interrupt your little siesta.
I have questions. Where do you come from? What are your names? What is your purpose in traveling this road in the Shadow Realm? And who is your patron?
Well, I don't know what a patron is, but my name's Grim, and that's Barnaby, Caliban, Loud, Sir Archgale, and Glory. And this is Sylvan. I keep mispronouncing it. She's our guide. It seemed like you recognized her. So, I see that. Where are we from? God, I forgot. Archie, where are we from? And what's a patron?
Well, I am from Zobek. Patron. Yeah, do you mean who do we worship?
Who is sponsoring you on your travels? You clearly did not come here on your own volition.
Um. Can I do an insight to see if that question is dangerous to answer?
You can make an insight check to see if you read anything in her expression, sure. Not that you can tell. Again, she's very exotic. You haven't seen folks like this before other than Selvin, so you don't have a lot of experience dealing with these individuals. But yeah, as far as you can tell, she's just asking this question for knowledge gaining purposes.
Okay. Then I will answer truthfully and say, the court in exile.
She seems to mentally note this as she clicks her tongue momentarily, and then she says, "Great, thank you, thank you. I would like to request a kiss from each of you.
What? Uh,
Kylie goes first.
Of course.
Hey, I'm normally all for kissing the girls, but is there a purpose? Is there some sort of payment involved? A contract with this kiss?
As you say, is there a purpose? She quickly interrupts you and says, because you're warm.
Oh, okay. Will I be less warm post kiss?
She just looks at you straight and then holds her hand out for you to approach.
Caliban, you sort of hear
If-
clinking and
ask
creaking of
her.
armor.
Ask her if this is going to cause any harm to you first.
Yeah, this won't harm me, will it? What he said?
She doesn't respond.
Caliban sort of shuffles ahead, his armor sort of creaking and clinking as he goes, and sort of shrugs his shoulders.
I'm going to go ahead and go with them, and I'm going to stand, we'll just say around 10 feet near him. No reason.
So yeah, Caliban will put his hand on the hilt of his sword and lean in, just so it doesn't poke her awkwardly, and puck her up.
She gives you a quick, chaste kiss on the lips and then quickly looks to the next member of your team.
That wasn't so bad. Oh, all right. She was a little chilly, but okay.
Hey, come here. Let me take a look at you. Let me see if you have chapped lips or anything like that.
Don't embarrass me, Barnaby.
Okay, well, I mean, maybe you're a good kisser. I don't know.
Hey, your turn.
No, that's okay. I'll be close to last.
Lot will walk up and lean right in.
She repeats this process in a very similar way. Yeah, Runak.
Runak's gonna lean over and whisper to Archscale. Have you ever heard of this Moonlit King before?
Have I ever heard of the Moonlit King? Not my notes.
I would say you can make a history check. You have not.
I will whisper back, no, I have not.
Okay. And then Runak will look towards what's her name? Selwyn? Selvin, and see if she plans to do this.
You can't tell by her posture. Right now she's just standing there like kind of waiting on you guys.
I'm going to ask her, is this normal? I mean, a kissing booth in the middle of this place? Is this normal? You're our guide, so.
It can be normal for the Shadow Fae. They don't interact with topsiders very often.
Is it harmful at all?
Not unless she does something besides kissing you.
Okay. Give it to me, babe.
All right, so you repeat the process again, very similar. Again, this doesn't seem, it's not like a romantic kiss or a passionate kiss in any way. It's almost like, kissing your aunt or something like that. But yeah, if anybody is trying to refuse, feel free to speak up or write that in chat. Otherwise, I'm going to assume you guys slowly kind of line up and get through this.
I mean, I'll tell her, you will not find me to be warm, as you say.
And you'll notice she looks at you carefully and then she nods.
Now, fun fact about orcs that maybe you didn't know, we actually don't kiss. We just skip that part. But so how do we do it?
You see she kind of looks at you almost like in disbelief, and then she just looks to the next person. All right, so I'm going to assume that Grim has not received a kiss, but essentially, and Runak, as you've said this, she sort of nods. So the rest of you in the team have, and kind of just filtered through this process. Once that is complete, you notice she like nods, and then she motions to the path, and she says, "Well, be on your way." And you see she steps into the tree line once again, and you notice it just seems to almost swallow her, and she's suddenly out of sight.
I think I'm in like.
Friendly folk.
I don't know about all that.
Well, it doesn't seem to have harmed us any, so that's the important part.
Yes, let us continue. We must make haste. All right, you notice Sullivan starts making her way down the path. I'd like you guys to go ahead and throw me perception checks as you start to follow. All right, looks like Grim, Laud, Barnaby, Archgale. The four of you, you hear a faint quirking sound seemingly coming from behind you.
Oh, what's that? Turn around.
You don't see anything obvious. You just heard it come from a distance. But yeah, you scan in that direction. You don't see anything.
Get your light behind me. I'm gonna walk a little more forward and see if I can pin it down.
It's behind us. Let's just keep on going forward.
What was it?
I don't know. Something back there, though.
It was a funny squeaky sound.
I summon my sword to my hand.
All right,
guess
it
it's
appears.
nothing. I don't know.
On the shield.
Hello? Who's back there?
Sullivan turns and looks towards you and says, "I wouldn't do that if I was you."
What is it?
I don't know. I didn't hear what you did, but calling out an invitation here on the Shadow Road is rarely a smart idea.
Okay.
Should we just keep going quickly?
All right, let's go. I'm out of smart ideas. Damn it. Let's just keep going.
All right, you guys continue on this path, moving for another 4 hours or so. At this point in time, you're starting to get pretty tired. You notice Sullivan kind of looking at the sides of the road every now and again, seemingly where the road kind of meets the grass line or the tree line, depending on the immediate surroundings. And then she looks back towards you and still seems to be a little bit antsy and says, "We still have a very long way to go, but you look as though you're starting to get tired. Do you want to rest?"
I think the hut would be nice for everyone's minds.
Okay.
No, we don't want to rest. Why are we resting? It's only been 4 hours.
It's been
I agree.
8 hours. So keep in mind, you guys came in,
Oh.
walked for about 4 hours, and then that woman came out of the tree line. After that encounter was done, you walked for another 4 hours, and this is when Sullivan's asking if you want to rest.
Yeah, maybe we should. They said it would be very little math. Ugh.
Hut, hut, hut. Start conjuring up the hut as a ritual.
And I want to change my spells during this long rest as well,
Okay,
if successful.
sure. So you can start to think about what that's going to be, and I'll let you know once it completes. All right, so as far as the hut, is everybody trying to fit into the hut?
Yeah, I think we all
Yeah.
can.
I will.
Did we think about that already?
Yeah.
Okay, so the hut eventually conjures up. You will notice that Selvin is not in the hut. She'll be on the outskirts. The rest of you guys are all heavily plucked inside. Is there anything that you're doing other than just trying to rest?
I guess I'll keep saying a prayer to Sarestra every night.
Do we need to set up a watch?
I would say so. I was just going to suggest that. I can take the first watch.
I can do the second.
Well, you can see from inside the hut, so you can just stay in here and keep watch.
I can take the third watch.
I can help on the third watch.
I've got to stay inside, so I'm not gonna take a watch. I'm just gonna, I'll be inside the hut the whole time.
Yeah, I'm going to stay inside too, though. Yeah.
I could do the last watch if we need one more, because I only need to rest for 6 hours.
And who said they were taking the second watch? Was that you, Archgale?
Yes.
Outstanding.
All right, so the first watch goes by uneventfully so. Whoever was on that watch, you return to sleeping, wake up the next two people. The second watch goes by uneventfully so as well. And then who is on the third watch?
Lori Caliban, and I guess Runa.
All right, if you're on the third watch, please go ahead and throw me a perception check. All right, Glory, as you're resting here inside the hut and just constantly scanning about, you notice Selvin kind of doing a rotation as she moves around this area. You notice the darkness seems to press in where you're at, making it impossible to see anything beyond a few feet. So you notice the darkness seems almost like it presses up against the sides of the hut. Suddenly, the darkness pushes even closer, pressing upon the hut strongly, and coalesces into several vaguely humanoid figures with long, ragged claws. I'm going to go ahead and move you guys to a different map. And let me get you over there. All right, so this is the hut. I'm going to unlock the tokens. Feel free to put yourself in the hut where you'd like. The figures that seem are moving closer up against the hut are coming from this direction. So you can see these hands, Glory, essentially pressing against the hut at this point.
Is Sylvan not in here? Did she camp outside?
Sullivan is not inside the hut, no.
Okay.
All right, if everybody is good there, let's go ahead and lock you guys for a moment. We're going to make sure that the scripts are working properly. I know that failed last time. And then the two of you guys that are awake, you guys will be able to be in initiative right off the bat. The rest of the folks, you guys are presumably sleeping, except for Runak. I know you have the... You don't actually sleep, right? You're able to just kind of look out.
Yeah, he's like semi-conscious.
Okay, fair enough. So you're able to do that. So you'll be in the first round of initiative as well. The rest of the team, you will begin this round being asleep. So obviously you won't be able to act immediately unless or until you are woken up.
Sorry, you want us to roll our own initiative, or the script will do it?
The script will do it. Unfortunately, I just had to restart the sandbox here real quickly. All right, looks like that is good. Let me go ahead and do that. All right, so that is the initiative. If you have a special initiative deal that you have to change or something, feel free to do so. And then if memory serves, I think the alert feat doesn't work if you're not conscious, so I don't think the alert, but if whoever has alert wants to double check on that, feel free.
Yeah, let me double check.
Adam, is it safe to say that, well, in watch I would have put my armor on for the watch, but I probably would not have my shield equipped?
Well, let me ask you, if you're inside the hut where presumably nothing can get you, would you equip your armor?
I think Caliban would on a watch because he has had to do, I think, 3 fights in his underwear now. Not great. Doesn't love it. So
Sounds good to
I think if he
me.
was if he was going to be awake, he would have made that as part of the start of the watch.
All right, sounds good to
And
me.
correct, you cannot swap initiative while unconscious.
All right, fair enough. So those hands press in against the wall from the south. You will notice then as one of the sets of hands seems to materialize into more of a solid kind of figure. And as it presses aside against the hut, you're going to notice it then is going to move over this way, and it is going to attack Selva. It is going to hit her on the first attack. And hit her on the second.
Yeah. Yeah. So Runak will yell out as he sees this happening, and it's like semi-catatonic state, waking up, go, "Wait, Selwyn, watch out!"
All right, another form moves up against the side of the hut here, and you notice it will materialize. And then another does as well. All right, then it is Caliban's turn.
Caliban will also call out, "Run to attack! Run to attack!" And is there a particular door, Carl?
So the hut doesn't have doors. If you were inside of it when it was summoned, you can step through it as you wish.
Okay. I'm assuming we need to sort of do that in order to fight. So Caliban will.
Yes, I'm going to say you cannot attack through the hut. I'm pretty sure the way it's worded is that, yeah, that's how it would be.
Yeah.
Well, it kind of, right? Because it says like objects that are inside it can pass through it. So I don't know if that would apply to like, I mean, I think that would apply to like weapons and arrows and stuff, right? I mean, it's kind of busted if that's how it works, but that is how it reads.
Yeah, I think what that means is that if you were inside when it was conjured, you can move through the barrier, right? But I'm not going to say you can't stand inside it and attack through it. That wouldn't work at all.
Okay, that's fair.
That's fair. Yeah. Interesting though, because that they shouldn't be able to get into it though, right? So I should be able to move away from this thing without an opportunity. I guess we'll find out. He is going to move over to help our guide, who is getting attacked by the big thing. So I guess I'll just do the first move there. Seems to be good. Okay. 10.
Get off my blankie!
Get up! You'll step out here and attack the thing to the south of him here.
Okay.
God, it's been ages since I used this, but I think this is a good time to use True Strike, so I'm going to True Strike it. So I just did I do a macro for that or not? I did not. So let's just do the roll here and see if what we have to adjust. Doesn't matter. It was going to be a miss anyway.
That is indeed going to miss.
And second attack.
That will connect.
Unfortunately, I missed the True Strike. Would have been a good one. Oh well. Let's see the regular damage.
All right, your blade slashes into the creature, and you notice some of the shadowy substance of it seems to slough off.
Have a bonus action? I do not think so. I will end my turn there.
All right, so what would the roll be to like wake up?
One moment. So after Caliban, but before Laud's turn, Another one of these shadowy forms is going to move forward. Caliban, you're going to notice as it kind of emerges from the trees and then is going to step up next to you. As it does so, it's going to reach forth and try to grasp you. 17. So you said you don't have a shield right now. Does that change your AC or is that already updated?
That's already updated. It's 21 with the shield, 19 without.
All right, so you're going to notice its hand swipes by you and is not able to connect. All right, so Laud, on your turn, perception check to see if you were awoken by the shouting. You are not. You are not awoken, so you're still sleeping at this point. So I'm going to move on. We move to the next opponent, which is a large creature that is going to move out from the shadows. It is going to make its way up here. You're going to notice, Caliban, that it is essentially beelining for Selvin, but once it gets to this spot, it completely moves around her to go to you. From here, it is going to attack you, but is not able to connect, as many of these hands that seem to make up this creature are stretching out, trying to grasp onto you or bite you, whatever they can do with their shadowy form, but they're not able to connect.
Get out here! I need help!
We see some more shadowy forms moving forward. This one's going to be able to get up next to Selvin, but that will be its turn. This one's going to push up against the hut. And then we are to Grimm's turn. Whoop, Grimm, are you there?
That's my perception check.
Oh, sorry, I missed that you were rolling. Yes, you are awoken, so you are currently sleeping. You wake up at the beginning of your turn. What would you like to do?
Stand up, don shield, end my turn.
Okay. All right, Barnaby, you are also sleeping, right? So perception check. You awake as well, so you're sleeping on the ground. Wake up. What would you like to do?
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and stand up. I'm actually going to cast a spell. I'm going to cast Blade Ward. And with interact with object, I'm going to grab my shield in preparation. And I'm going to go ahead and move a little bit as well.
I don't think your Blade Ward will work inside of here. And it says any spells that are level 3 or lower automatically fail.
So as you try to cast that, Barnaby, it doesn't work, but that is your action.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that was... I don't remember that being a thing. Okay.
Wrong one. Let me double check, because it might be different if it's inside the hut, but it says something about like spells from less than 3rd level just fail.
Yeah, it says, and the effects of such spells can't extend into it.
Yeah, can't be cast through it, and the effects can't extend into it. Yep. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and stand at the corner of the hut anyway, trying to give everyone a little bit of aura protection there.
All right, next up we move to Selvin's turn. She is going to step sort of like on the side, Caliban. You're going to notice that she kind of turns to the side, seems to vanish in a puff of smoke, and then appears here. And from here, she is going to slash out as she draws her blade very quickly. As she slashes out 3 times, all 3 will connect. And you notice much of the shadow torn away. All right, next up is Glory.
What a woman.
All right. Move 20 feet to there. I will rage and attack this one, this big one.
You slash out with your halberd, but are unable to connect.
All right, second attack.
That unfortunately will also miss.
All right, I will move back in my turn.
Okay, Archgale, I believe you were sleeping, so a perception check. You unfortunately are still sleeping, so we will pass your turn.
I'll spend my inspiration.
Okay, yeah, feel free to reroll.
Okay.
Unfortunately, still
That-
sleeping.
Whew. I feel like that's happened like the last couple of weeks very often.
Yeah, it can. You're
Yeah.
on a stretch, it seems. All right, Runak.
Okay, Runak will stand up. He will bonus action summon his greatsword. Move here. Swing at this guy. Ooh, sorry, that's damage. Did not mean to do that.
Yes, that will connect. I'll go ahead and take that damage.
Okay, I'm gonna make the damage radiant, a la his pack magic.
I didn't know you could do that, but okay, if you can do that, yes, it seems particularly effective.
Yeah, he can do it.
Just go ahead and post whatever ability is that allows you to do that. Okay, nice. Yep, second paragraph there.
Yeah.
I see it. Yeah, so it's attacking with radiant damage into this shadowy form certainly seems to be extra effective.
Okay, and then he's going to do it again.
That will hit as well. I'll take your damage again. All right, the blade slashes through it, wounding it pretty badly.
And then, yeah, he'll risk it. He's gonna rush back one.
All right, as you step away, it is indeed going to try to hit you.
So I have a kind of a mechanical question. He's inside the hut now, and it can't attack inside the hut when he breaks the range. Can it attack him?
Yes, because opportunity attacks are triggered the second you try to leave the square, so you're technically still in the square.
Gotcha. Okay, so if it was a reach weapon or something, and he took one more step, he wouldn't be able to get hit.
Correct. All right, so Runak, you are struck by the shadow. You're going to take 10 points of damage, and in addition, your strength is reduced by 2.
Okay.
don't-
I'm resistant to necrotic, so.
Sure, yeah, so just take half then. All right, and then after Runak, we see some more forms moving. I will say you guys can see some shadowy forms to the northwest of the hut, but you see them kind of phasing in and out of physical appearance. All right, move to the top of the round with this guy's turn. He is going to go ahead and attack you, Caliban. That first one, 19, looks like that's going to hit.
I'll react and shield.
All right, go ahead and burn that shield slot. And then, yes, it hits up against the shield. Alrighty, this one's turn. He's going to make his way over and through to get to here. And then he's going to attack you as well, Caliban. He will slash out with his hand, not able to connect, but he will graze you for 2 points of necrotic damage.
And that would be 1 point because of my aura.
Post your aura just so folks know that.
Yeah, I put it up top when we first entered here and everything. But
I'm assuming it's still 1 point because I'm resistant as well, so that wouldn't take it to a half point.
Minimum,
Oh,
yeah,
there you
minimum
go.
damage is going to be
It was
1,
one.
yes.
Okay.
All right. This creature is going to keep moving around the hut, pressing against it. Once it gets to here, it kind of presses against it, and then you're going to notice that seems to fade. And then Caliban, it is your turn.
I guess stepping back into that was the smart thing to do, because I sure have a pile of them here. He is going to try to true strike this one that's to his north east. The one that's badly wounded.
All right. Sorry, 1 second. Okay. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead, Caliban. And that is going to miss.
I did not get that. Okay. A non-true strike, a regular swing. Oh, if that had been the true strike one, that would have been awesome.
Yeah, I think.
Dude, it's got like less hit points anyway. I think you're good either way.
I think I should be okay. Yeah.
I feel like your true strike is not set up properly. Just FYI, you might want to double check that. So it looks like you're only adding 3 for intelligence and 1, where your proficiency bonus should be like 3 right now, or 2 at least. But no, 3 at least.
Should be adding 3 to it, right? Plus
Yeah,
3.
your regular attack is adding 3. Your true strike is not adding your proficiency bonus.
So on quick math, that would still miss, but you're going to want to fix that for next time. Second one, of course, will hit.
Okay. Let's. What's the crit? Is slashing. Same.
All right, and with that slash, it goes through the larger creature, which seems to dissipate.
If I move, I'm going to take a whole boatload of opportunity attacks. I will stay here and end my turn.
All right, next up is the one closest to you here, Caliban. It is going to try to grasp at you. It is not able to do so. And we move to Laud's turn.
Oh god. All right. I guess I'm still asleep.
You are indeed. Yes, you're snoring things off. All right, so after Laud's turn, I will say team inside the hut that is awake. You're going to notice multiple hands pushing on the west side of the hut, and then they seem to fade back into the darkness. On this side, this one's going to move to here and attack you, Caliban. That is going to connect.
I'll burn another shield.
All right, go ahead and post that. Oh, actually, your shield takes you to 24. Okay, he's going to then use his special ability, which allows him to add 5 if he misses. So that's going to make it hit.
Huh.
So that's going to be 4 points of necrotic and then 1 strength drain.
So I'll cut the necrotic, but then a strength drain.
Yeah, so your strength is reduced by 1 point. All right, this one's turn. He's going to move through you, Caliban. You feel this cold chill as his forearm passes right through you. Once he gets to here, he's going to attack you now with flanking. But that is going to miss. All right, next up is Grim.
All right. In his underwear, he's going to move there and attack on the flank.
That'll certainly hit.
Nice.
Okay, here's with Savage Attacker. And then I'll do regular damage, so you can add them both. I don't know if you see what I did there, Adam.
Yep, I'm following.
Okay.
All right, you smack into the creature with your Morning Star, which seems to wound it.
Great. And then shield bash him to the ground, strength saving throw.
Your shield passes right through him.
These guys aren't real.
Second one will hit. And that will wound him again.
Okay, and then I am going to Action Surge and do it again on the same guy in the bottom.
All right. Yes, that will hit. Yeah, that's going to cause him to vanish.
Move there, and then my second attack on the flank.
That will hit as well. Okay, that will wound that one. Okay, next up, Barnaby.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and don my shield. And I know this seems kind of wussy, but I can't do an action, so I'm going to go ahead and end my turn right here.
Okay. On her turn, she's going to move to here, and she's going to attack. She will hit all 3 times. The first one's going to be a critical. So with her first 2 attacks, she dissipates this one. She will then step into the gap, take that final hit on that one, wounding it. And then you see she will look back towards you, Grim, and she'll give you this slight smile. All right, Glory.
All right, I'll move here and I'll attack that one.
All right, you try to aim over Sullivan here. Go ahead and make your attack. Yeah, that'll hit. Slam into it, wounding it.
Second attack.
That will miss.
Polearm strike.
That unfortunately will also miss.
Move there and return.
Okay, Archgill, let's see if you're awake yet. Yes, you are awake on the ground. You suddenly become conscious of the sound of fighting around you.
Okay, I will free action grab my shield. Guess it takes an action to put on, huh?
Takes an action to don a shield, yes.
Okay, then I will use my action to don the shield, have my movement to stand up, and then I'll go 5, 10 to right here, and end my turn.
Okay, Runak.
All right, Runak will move out, swing at this one. You know what? So, I'll spend my 1 lucky point to give advantage on this.
All right. With lucky, that will hit.
All right, again, it's radiant damage.
All right, you bring down this radiant blade, and yes, you see it dissipates just as it's barely touched.
Okay, since I killed something, I can do a bonus action attack. Oh,
Yeah.
on this one?
Is that on the small one or the big one?
The small one.
Okay, that will hit. Your blade slice. Oh, radiant. Yes. Once again, you're going to see it is dissipated.
Okay, and then the second of my extra attack here. Same one.
That will miss.
Okay, I probably missed. I'll action search.
I totally blanked that
And
you
then-
had levels in fighter.
Yep, 2 levels in fire just for the action search.
All right,
But he's gonna swing out at the big one for 2 more times.
Okay. That will miss.
Dang.
That one will connect.
The first miss is a graze. Can I do graze on him
You can,
for
yep.
4? All right, and then this is also radiant.
All right, the Radiant Blade slices through, seemingly particularly effective.
Okay, and that is the end of his turn.
All right, before the big guy's turn, some of those forms that were hovering around the west and northwest side start making their way over. Grim, you're going to notice one solidifies as it gets closer to you. As it does so, it's going to attack you. 17 without armor. I'm sure that's going to hit.
Yeah, armor class 13 at the moment.
All right, it's going to be 7 necrotic with 2 strength drain. Another one, similarly, is going to come over your way, Grim, getting up close to you. And then attacking. That will also hit. 5 necrotic, 2 strength drain. Let's see, a third one is making its way over, but can't quite get to you. So you see it kind of fluttering around the edge. All right, that takes us up to the top with this one. He is going to go ahead and attack Runok. 23 will hit. That's going to be 14 points of necrotic plus 2 strength drain. Second attack, however, will miss. And before Caliban's turn, another one that was pressing more towards the north side is going to make his way around. And he's going to attack Caliban with a flank. That is not going to connect. And then it is Caliban's turn.
All right, I think I fixed my macro, so eager to try that. He's going to tree strike the big one to the south.
Okay. That will connect.
Yay.
All right, that's true strikes or radiant damage.
That's a radiant, yep.
All right, the blade seems to cut through pretty effectively on him.
Okay. Just a regular attack now, which is not as good as it was, because I'd be weak now. That'll do, though.
That will still hit. Yeah, cuts into his side, taking away some of that shadow.
Just that's my knack, is just leaving them with just a little bit. That is you know what? I'm gonna follow Grim's lead there. I am gonna action surge that. I use my action surge. Get the kill. Maybe.
That will connect. Slicing off some more shadow.
Oh no. Can it happen?
That will just miss.
Oh, damn it. All right, my turn.
You just made it easier for us.
All right, Lod.
Oh god.
Lod.
All right, I'll burn inspiration to try to
All right.
try to wake up here.
Yes, you do indeed.
All right. I will stand up and see what's happening. Oh, you guys need help killing this? And I'll actually move over here, which will drop the hut because I moved outside of it. And then I'm going to fire a true strike at this one.
With what?
Crossbow?
So do we
Can I
assume
actually-
you keep your crossbow loaded at your feet while you're sleeping?
I would assume it would be loaded all the time, right? Maybe not. If not, then I'll cast something else.
Yeah, I would assume not. That'd be pretty. Unless you specify that, I wouldn't assume you'd have it ready.
Okay.
If you did, I would be very careful how I placed my shield when I went to bed at night.
Okay. That's fair. Then I will cast Vicious Mockery instead.
All right, vicious mockery on the creature. So that's a charisma save, I believe.
It is a Wisdom save.
Wisdom save. It doesn't find that funny.
All right, then I will move back to where I was and end my turn.
All right, after your turn, Lod, but before the next turn, the large one that was on the west side now is going to solidify as it sees the HUD is no longer there. And it is going to push forward and attack you, Lod.
Yep.
It is going to fumble on its first attack. All right, so it misses you, and this second attack will be at disadvantage. See, that did not attack at advantage. That's a 13. Let me throw one more. So 13.
Yeah, that'll miss.
And let's
I have an
see.
AC.
Is that with any kind of armor?
It's just the cape, the cloak of protection, which I would think I could sleep in.
Yeah, I would agree with you. Yep. All right, so that is going to miss. All right, and let's see. I think this guy has already been destroyed, so we'll get rid of him. That guy's been destroyed. And we move to Grim.
Okay. I could barely lift this Morning Star. It's heavier than I remembered.
I'm gonna swing up the guy on the north of me. I'm just taking. My strength is now 16, right? Adam, I'm just making sure I'm recording that properly.
I was posting a whole lot of attacks there, so unfortunately I didn't track exactly what was done to you. But yeah, I'll take a report.
I got hit twice, so I lose 4 points on my strength score.
That sounds right.
Okay, roger that. Here we go. Attack the guy to the north.
14 will connect.
Okay.
All right, the Morningstar plucks into the shadow, tearing pieces of it away.
Oh,
Second attack also hits.
Yep. Good.
Wounding it again. Okay, next up is Barnaby.
All right, I'm gonna attack. I'm gonna attack the big guy here.
All right, you're gonna kill steal from Caliban, and yes, you do. That one is dead.
Nice. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to attack the guy. Well, shoot. Let me go ahead and get the flank on this. All right. I'm going to go ahead and slice down at this one here.
Yeah, that will hit as well.
And part of that's radiant.
Which part?
I don't know why it has. I don't know why it has radiant twice though.
Which one is not radiant?
No, I'm saying part of that should be radiant. Oh no, I made the whole thing radiant. That's right. Yeah.
So it's all radiant?
Yeah. For that, I said it, unless I say otherwise, it's all radiant.
All right.
So
as you
I said
stab
that way
forth
back then.
against that one with radiant damage being extra effective, he immediately dissipates.
Yeah. Okay. I got most of my group in here. Sorry, Lod.
All right. On her turn, she's going to circle around to this side and slash out. She'll miss on her first attack, but connect on her next two. She will take the first one out with her first slash and then direct the second attack to the other one, wounding that one. All right, next up will be Glory.
All right, I'm going to attack the one right next to me, going northeast.
Okay. Yeah, that'll certainly hit. That will wound the creature.
The second attack.
That'll certainly hit.
Nice.
Everything's off. Okay.
All right, you smash into that, and that is enough to make him dissipate as well.
Bonus action, pole strike.
Yep, you managed to slash him with the pole end. And it seems to smush down some of the darkness.
Let me look at something really quick. Okay. I'll stay here.
All right, Archgale.
All right, Sacred Flame on the big guy.
All right, deck save from the big guy. All right, as before, you'll note it's extra effective.
5 plus 1. Hold on a second. I don't think that posted right. I think I should have a +5 to that damage as well.
Do you have like potent cantrip or something?
Yeah, I do.
All right, I'll take
And
another
it did
10
not
off.
add to that. Okay, and let's see. That honestly, that's gonna be my turn. You guys are making this easy for me.
Okay, Runak.
Okay, Rudak's gonna rush up here. He's gonna swing the Moon Touch Greatsword.
That will connect.
Okay, Radiant Damage.
Yes, immediately destroys it.
All right. 4, 5, 6. He'll get to here. And he will swing again, extra attack on the big one.
Yes, that will connect.
Obviously Radiant again.
Slices through a good portion of the creature's shadow mass.
In Dark Cool, he's going to start cursing them in the name of Sarastra. And take a bonus action attack since he destroyed one.
That will hit as well. Slicing through it again.
That's the end of his turn. He's in a fighting rage.
All right, this one's almost dead, so we're going to skip Caliban's turn. And no, I'm just kidding. Go ahead, Caliban.
Oh man, I was just gonna say you're gonna kill Steel Meal as well. Caliban can move over to here, which is 20 feet, 25, 30 to there. Hey, you ugly, over here. Ignore the fat guy. And let's see. Can he get True Strike to work once tonight? Nope.
No, that is going to miss. That one
The
will
regular,
connect.
the non-True Strike, has every single attack has been that. It's hilarious. Oh well.
All right.
4.
Slicing off a bit of shadow.
No kill. No kill. That's all I can do. Thanks for giving me the chance.
All right, Laud.
All right. Well, I'm gonna try to kill this thing. So I'm going to use Lucky to remove the disadvantage, and I'm gonna fire a point blank shot at it with True Strike and the crossbow, which I assume I could get at this point, right? As part of the previous action, or we're gonna say no.
I mean, so I'm assuming when you're sleeping, your crossbow's not like on top of your body. So because you didn't specify, you ran out and you tried to do something, right? So normally I would say no, you wouldn't have it here, but feel free to take this shot. But just in the future, make sure you're specifying if you're, like keeping a loaded crossbow with you all the time you sleep.
Okay, yeah, I mean, sure. Actually, I'll just, in that case, since I don't have it, I'll just disengage and run back. That's fine.
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And end my turn there.
But can't you load it as part of your action? Or
Yeah,
or
you can, and I
not?
would think it would have been close enough to me. Like, if it wasn't, I would have picked it up and not left the hut, but it's fine. I'll end my turn.
All right, it is going to go ahead and take its attack on Runak.
I'm going to use Lucky.
All right, you use Lucky.
I
That
used
first
it.
one will miss. Second attack also at Runak. That one will miss as well. So as these massive shadowy hands try to strike you, they're not able to connect. Grim.
Okay.
25 there. Bonus action, adrenaline rush, so I can move to there. I'll burn that, and then I'll swing away at the flank.
Burst will connect. Smashing into it and wounding it.
All right, second attack.
That will not connect.
Okay.
All right, next up is Barnaby.
I'm going to go here. Does that give me a flank? I would imagine so. It's just kind of a weird angle.
It does with Caliban, yep. That will connect as you pierce forward. And with the radiant energy blasting out, that is enough to destroy the massive shadow. All right, all the obvious threats have been destroyed. You guys find yourself here in the silence of the Shadow Road once again.
Hey, who else got hit by that thing? I'm weak.
Yeah, he got me as well.
Everybody okay?
No.
I mean, other than, losing some, you do look a little flabby, but other than that, at least it doesn't look like it hurts you too much physically.
No, I'm fine, but this Morningstar's heavier than it used to be.
Well, hopefully it wears off on you. But good job, guys.
Unfortunately, I don't think I have anything that can help you.
Oh, and
Hey, Sylvan, what's up with that thing? And I walk up in my underwear. What? That thing took my strength away.
Have you never fought shadows before?
I don't know. Have I fought shadows before, Archie?
No.
I don't know.
now, how do you know how long it's going to take? Are they ever going to get strong again?
If you sleep through the night, you should find yourself restored in the morning. I'm just glad there was only these few. It could have been much worse.
Well, since I'm up, I'm gonna go by the tree and take my piss.
So we could have probably just stayed in the hut if you had been in here with us. You're sure you don't want to just join us in here?
No, I find myself quite comfortable outside of magical contraptions.
Well, do you want to remake the hut and finish the slumber, or what's the plan, guys?
Yeah, we
I'm
can
already
do
late.
Take your rest. I'm still on watch.
I'll start casting the ritual again to recast the hut.
All right, eventually the hut will spring back into existence with you guys inside of it. As those of you who are trying to go back to sleep lay down and try to rest, you find that you are plagued with bad dreams. Some time passes until we find ourselves in the air quotes morning. As you don't see any sunrise or anything in this area, you are not able to complete a long rest here, and I will need you to give me a Constitution saving throw.
Using heroic inspiration.
All right, that is a failure, so yep, you can feel free to reroll. That unfortunately is still a failure, Grim.
Does Barnaby help at all with these things?
I would think if you're able to get into the hut, because I would be in the hut with everybody.
What is the
Yeah, we're
bonus
all in
that
the
you're
hut.
applying, Barnaby?
+4.
So 16, okay, that will be sufficient. So you all manage to pass this. You're not able to get a long rest, but you wake up realizing those bad dreams that were plaguing you could have had a much worse effect, but you guys seem to bear through it. Your strength, unfortunately, does not return. Those of you that lost the strength, as you did not get a long rest. You will notice Sullivan steps forth and looks down the path and says, all right, let's continue.
Can I get dressed this time? Give me a minute.
Do I know what race this Sylvan is that she doesn't need rest? I thought she was tiefling, but now I'm wondering.
So what I will say, Gloria, is when you saw the Shadow Fae here, I said they look remarkably like Sylvan. So based on that, I would say you probably suspect she's Shadow Fae. All right, so with that, you notice Selvin starts making her way, continuing down the path, and I presume you guys follow.
Yep.
All right, so you're traveling through the Shadow Road here. This is essentially a lot of long and monotonous, maybe you might say, travel as you're moving down the path. You're noticing it does shift a bit. There's kind of a strange ethereal beauty to this place if you can take yourself out of the danger of it and appreciate it. But because of the spookiness of it, a lot of times you're not able to do that. You're more focused on making sure that you stay alive. But you guys managed to travel for a full day. After that day, you guys, I presume, throw up the hut, try to sleep through this again. Grim, go ahead, or those of you with strength drain, go ahead and throw me Constitution saving throws as you wake up in the morning. All right, Grim, and Runak, both of your strengths now return as enough time has passed by. Caliban, same with you. You guys awake that morning, still not having benefited from a long rest as far as resource regeneration, but you're getting enough rest that you're not tired or exhausted, anything along those lines. Your strength has returned to you. So as far as you can tell, you're doing pretty well. You guys continue along this path, traveling for another 3 days as you're moving through here, eating rations each day, drinking some of your water. So you guys have been traveling for a total of 4 days as you're moving down the path, and you'll notice Selvin kind of pauses for a moment, and I'd like everybody to go ahead and throw me perception checks here.
During this time, would we be able to get a short rest in at all?
Yeah, you absolutely could take a short rest.
Okay. If we do that, I will use my Inspiring Leader to give everybody back the temporary HP if they lost it, because I can do that on a short rest as well as a long rest. And then also the Inspiration, I'm going to give it back to myself, and I think Archgale used it, so I'll give him that. And does anybody else need Inspiration? Because I can give one more out.
I used it.
Yeah, I'll give you Inspiration too then.
And what's
Nice.
the temp HP? Is it
That's
13?
huge.
It's 13 temp HP.
So Barnaby, Archgale, and Laud, you can hear the soft sound of music coming from in front of you. It's very soft at this point.
Can I tell what type of an instrument it is?
It sounds
Or is
like...
it singing?
No, it is instruments. It sounds like maybe some harps, maybe a little bit of like bells associated with this. There's definitely a mixture of instruments.
Yeah, Sylvan, do you hear that? There's music.
She turns back and she nods slowly.
What is that? It's not like harpies or something, is it?
We'll have to get closer to determine, but I suspect it is the Shadow Fae performers.
Are they nice?
As long as you are polite to them, they will be polite to you for the most part.
Are they going to want to kiss us again?
Well,
I mean,
let's
I'm
go
fine
find
with
out.
that.
She continues moving forward. I assume you guys do as well. If anybody's holding back or want to do anything, feel free to speak up. All right, as she continues walking and getting closer in this area, you'll notice the music is getting louder and louder as you approach. You guys turn a corner and see a little bit of a distance off. Sure enough, there are some performers playing, and you notice that there is also like a dance troupe. All in all, as you're scanning through these performers, you can see there looks to be more than 25, 30 people here. The majority of them actually look like goblins. They're small. They have sort of palish skin, but otherwise resemble the goblins that you're familiar with. There are then 12 of these shadow fae, which are depicted here in the picture. You notice they seem to be equally divided between men and women, and they seem to be dancing provocatively here, spinning around one another's and dancing with each other, and then some of them playing instruments in the background. It seems to be a all in all joyous kind of occasion.
Hey, that's pretty cool. Look at that. Wow, this is fun.
Neat.
Yes, Glory.
I don't like this. Can I tear some bit of cloth from the cultist robe and kind of stuff my ears?
Sure. All right, you notice as Sullivan's getting a bit closer and you guys are following behind as Glory's wedging some cloth in his ears, you'll notice one of the dancers steps forward with a smile. It's one of the men, and he says, "Oh, travelers, welcome, welcome. Please join us for some food and some merriment."
Yeah, I could use some of that.
He takes you by the arm, Grim, very gently and says, "Come on, friend, come on."
I'll grab Grim by the other arm and say, "No, we need to get going. We can't.
This is Sylvan's people. They gotta be. There's good. This should be fine.
But we have things to do."
It's not gonna take long, is it? We have to go. Sorry.
"Oh, please, we have such treats to share with you." "Do you smell that, friend? Do you smell the succulent roast pheasant, the fat, savory sausages, the candied sweet potatoes and beets, the mushroom sauteed in wine, and the roasted potatoes? Mmm."
I'm gonna look at Sylvan.
She has a blank expression on her face, just kind of watching the interaction you have with this performer.
But I guess I should go.
Oh, he looks sad as he steps back and he says, "Who's gonna drink all of this brandy with us? Oh, you don't know what you're missing, friend. Anybody else interested? We would love to share stories with you, trade our musics."
As everybody else is talking to Grim, I already joined.
All right, fair enough. So Barnaby joins in. Yeah, you notice that some of the goblins and some of the shadow fae are very happy to see you. They share all those foods just mentioned. There's like platters and plates set up behind them. They encourage you to eat as much of this as you like. And you notice there's these very fancy glass bottles that seem to be holding liquor in them. And they're bringing these out and offering them around as well. You notice one of the Shadow Fae women dancers approaches you there, Barnaby, and she has this big glass big glass container with the alcohol. And she takes the cork off and she like puts it up to your lips and tries to get you to drink some of this.
I'm not going to drink. I'm going to say, I'm sorry, but I need to stay sober and everything because it's a dangerous land out here. But thank you for your hospitality. I really don't drink alcohol.
She pulls it back just a moment and then she says, "But you must smell the delectful taste of the alcohol. Smell it at least." And she tries to put it towards your nose.
I don't know your customs or anything. Is like if I sniff it, does that mean I owe you anything?
Of course not, silly. We are just friendly performers.
Wonderful. All right, I'm going to go ahead and risk it. I'm going to go ahead and take a sniff.
Yeah. So you said you don't. Do you not drink alcohol at all, Barnaby? Like, would you be familiar with what alcohol smells like, or no?
That was my polite way of saying I don't trust. I don't want to drink their alcohol just in case.
All right.
I do. He will once in a while. He doesn't get drunk or anything like that, but he'll do a taster type thing, once in a while.
All right, fair enough. So I'd say you probably recognize this scent as being brandy, but you notice that there's a little bit of a different scent to it as well. If you've ever had any dwarven spirits, it kind of smells like that. So you get the impression this would be a very strong alcoholic drink.
Oh boy, that does smell good, and maybe someday when I, you know, uh, in a different world or something, maybe I could, but now I need to keep my strength. Thank you.
All right, you'll notice some of the other Shadow Fae come out trying to collect the rest of you to bring you back. You will notice one of the male dancers, approaches Sullivan with a big smile on his face, but you see he looks at her and then kind of looks down, and then you see his face changes from a smile to one of pity, perhaps, and he simply turns away from her and looks at you all and says, come, join us. You will have such a great time.
I want to take out my lute and try to match tune with whatever song they're playing, but not partake in the food or anything.
Nice.
As you pull out your lute, you see they look absolutely overjoyed and filled with excitement. Oh my goodness, a music maker! Come with us, come with us! And 3 of them get around you and start literally lifting you and pulling you towards the performance.
You better not roll bad on this performance.
You want me to roll a performance check?
Well, assuming you're not trying to fight or resist them, they're going to take you sort of more in towards the center where they're all playing, and you will see that they kind of watch you for a moment as the playing is going on, and then you will see some of the shadow goblins all start spinning around you, and then they clap their hands, stomp their feet, and then they point at you, and you get the impression this is when you start trying to play. So yes, go ahead and make a performance check, see how well you do. All right, you hit the notes and do what you can, and you see that they seem to enjoy this. They start clapping their hands, dancing their feet. You see they start spinning around with one another, dancing to and fro. The shadow goblins start doing like cartwheels as part of their dance. It's a very artistic kind of performance as they're splitting in between each other. The group's kind of coming forth, 3 or 4 of them flipping, and then the other side. It kind of goes back and forth this way. The Shadow Fae seem overly joyed. You notice the one there pictured in the image near the back with the very whitish hair and brilliant blue eyes. You will see she approaches you, and you'll notice as she gets closer to you, Laud, she doesn't seem to have a pupil in either of her eyes. It's just like pure bluish color, and you see this very what you would expect to be warm on other people, but for some reason on her it kind of looks cold and a smile. But she does smile towards you, and she sees she has like very ruby like lipstick on her lips, and her mouth seems to stretch quite wide. And then you see she produces a violin, and she starts playing very rapidly. And you see she's not looking at her fingers or at the violin as she plays. She's looking you in the eye as she starts going, and her hands start moving almost unnaturally fast. It seems as though she's challenging you to keep up with her performance.
I will attempt to do so.
All right, give me another performance check.
I will use my inspiration to actually try to reroll that.
All right, that would have been a failure. Feel free.
Oh God.
Unfortunately, as you're like trying to do so, she is moving so fast it's impossible to follow. Your fingers start fumbling. You're like your instrument kind of is jumbled in your hands. You try to correct yourself. You're looking back up at her. You're just kind of in shock as she just plays so rapidly fast. You notice that as you start jumbling a bit, she gives you this kind of look of pity and sadness, and then turns away from you and continues playing in the larger group.
Come on, Archie, it's not that bad. Come on. And I'm just going to break away and start dancing like a goofball.
I'm just going to look depressed because I really want to keep going and save the Archduke.
All right, so it sounds like most of you guys are starting to get a bit closer. If anybody's intentionally trying to do anything to stay on the outskirts, sort of like Selvin is doing, you know, just let me know to either speak up or type in chat. But I'm assuming the rest of you are kind of joining this celebration. Again, it's very festive. There's a lot of folks here that seem to be enjoying themselves. The music is very enjoyable. You will notice as like the shadow of this like mist that's kind of floating about in the air constantly, as you push in a little bit closer, you will notice these like wagons behind that are covered in blankets of mist. And you notice occasionally the Shadow Fae enter and then come out with bits of food, or they come out with like pieces of clothing and they start dancing around with like scarves and cloth, that sort of thing. Overall, again, it seems to be a very happy time. And the Shadow Fae, as this goes on for say 20 or 30 minutes, one of them will approach you, Grim, and chat with you very briefly and saying how much they're enjoying your funny dance steps as they're kind of watching you. But then they will invite you and your party to stay with them here under their protection.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. We could use a good rest. We haven't had one in a while. Sure. Hey, guys, they said we could hang out with them and get a good long rest.
Is that a good idea, Selvin?
She will turn to you and she will say, if you enjoy the singing and dancing and foods and things, then feel free.
Okay,
Insight?
well, I like food.
We've been traveling for days, and these people are so nice.
Yeah, Glory.
Could I insight her when she says if you enjoy the food and the dancing and all that?
Sure, yeah, go ahead and throw us insight. I will say you pick up a tone of sort of like what's a great term to use here? Maybe reluctance when she says this. You don't think that there's any danger or anything here, but you do get a kind of like she is saying this reluctantly.
I'll start clapping my hands like, hey, guys, we gotta go. Come on. Fun time's over. Time to work. We're on the clock. Go.
Caliban's looking between Selvin and Grim, and then the party car like, Mom and Dad, but Selvin said we could and it'd be okay. It does smell really good.
Come on, Caliban. It'll be fun. We'll get a good night rest. We need one. Glory, we need a good rest. There's got to be some decency in the Fey Roads. He seems pretty much up to par.
I'm with Grim on this. We need to, or Grim, not Grim. I'm with Glory on this.
We
gotta keep going.
We need to go. There's a lot at stake.
Okay, fine.
Party after.
How long have we been traveling today?
Probably about 5 hours.
Yeah, we need to keep moving then. We can't stop this early.
My friends, my new friends, my apologies, but we got to get going back on the road. But you guys have been just wonderful. Thank you. It is lovely to meet you.
You see sad faces as their expressions start to droop as you say that. Oh no, please stay. You will never know the enjoyments of a night with our troop.
I
Perhaps
agree.
another time.
Sorry, we got pressing business. Yeah, look, I want to see you guys again. You guys rock. Can I get a Wimmer sausage before I go?
They happily allow you to take another side. Yeah, and so just to clarify, they're not trying to physically prevent you, but they're certainly laying on the guilt trip pretty thick. But if you choose to walk away, you know, you can obviously do that. But yeah, they're like, "Aw."
Just one more beer. Yeah, we all have
Yeah.
friends like that.
All right, so it sounds like you guys have, corralled all of the player characters that had decided to enjoy a bit of this. The food was absolutely delightful, very tasty. You feel very much refreshed from that. And yeah, once you guys all kind of get back, you know, to Selvin will look back at you guys, and then she'll just continue marching down the road. All right.
I follow.
It was so good. And
Agreed.
I hope we see him again. Bye, guys. Bye.
As you follow behind her, the music fades away slowly until it is no more. You guys have been traveling for about 2 hours now, so you got maybe another hour of travel before you would want to start thinking about breaking for camp. And you will notice Selvin once again kind of like sucking on her teeth and making almost like a tisk tisk sound as she looks at the road. And you see you guys kind of pass through this threshold a bit on the ground, and then you notice the smoke and the shadowness here kind of fades backwards, and you find yourself in a little bit of stranger terrain and more like broken down rocky terrain.
Hey, Sylvan, what's up? You making funny faces. Everything all right?
We are not making good time. I think I've told you before that the shadow roads, how much you move on them, it doesn't always correspond directly with how far you are going. And unfortunately, for whatever reason, our path is slow.
Probably the forces of evil.
Yeah.
That's what you're being paid to help us with, please.
Let's keep moving. You see she pauses here, and to give you a little bit of a description of what you're moving through, this is like rocky area. So everything you're seeing like this that's blocked off, think of this as like a cliff. So there's a rocky encroachment, right? This is much higher in elevation than down here. So you can see a little bit of it, but not a lot. Same with here. It seems to rise high in elevation going towards the north there. You'll notice that she approaches, and there's this sort of broken down statue sitting here in front of this. You'll notice that she pauses for a moment, puts the hand on the pommel of her blade as she leans back and kind of looks at the statue and seems to just be staring at it momentarily.
As I see that, I make sure that I've got my shield on.
What is it a statue of?
It kind of looks humanoid in shape, but it has sort of like angel wings, and the statue's partially broken, so its face is obscured from the stone having fallen off.
Is this of some significance to you?
This isn't normally here.
Caliban, did you break your foot?
Is this a person or it's a statue of something? Is it a figure that any of us might recognize?
The face, unfortunately, is kind of broken off, so no.
Okay. Is there any like text or anything on it?
Give me a perception check if you want to approach it and kind of examine it for any writing.
Sure.
You step forward. I'm going to put you next to the statue. You step forward, kind of look around the statue for any writing, anything like that, but no, you don't see any.
Weird. Okay.
When you
No.
say it's not,
Yeah, go ahead,
when
Barnaby.
you say it's not normally here, did maybe it fall from the top or something?
You see she looks up a bit and says, I suppose, but this seems too perfect for that. I'm not sure which way to go here. Do you guys have a preference?
The correct path.
Yeah. Which way do you normally go?
This is not normally here, as I said. This whole area seems different somehow.
Is it an illusion? You reach
It
out and
reads
touch
that
it.
way for me the whole entire time, but you're the guide.
If you wish, I can certainly just pick a path. I just didn't want to tell you that I knew where I was going and lead you to believe that I know the perfect way.
Glory, can you
That was what we were doing the whole time.
kind of like fly above and see if you can spot anything? Maybe a better path or something?
Yeah, I can, but that's a trick that I kind of save for the right moment. I don't think we're that desperate yet.
Well,
Okay.
how is this? Can we climb it?
You could try, yeah.
Yeah, I think climbing would be preferred.
Well, I can give you some encouragement if you're going to try to climb it.
I have advantage in climbing stuff.
I'm not much of a climber.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, you're a really, really good climber. Then you should be able to do it just fine. And I'll
Okay. All right.
inspire Grim to try to climb this thing.
Get on top of the statue. This one.
All right, so you're trying to climb up that area. Go ahead and throw me an athletics check as you try to do so there, Grim. You're struggling.
Hold on.
So with a 17, you manage to pull yourself up at the top. You can see a bit further. Oh, 20.
Sorry,
okay.
Advantage.
Yep, so you're able to pull a little bit further up. Again, with dynamic lighting, this is a little bit tricky. What I will say is from this vantage point, what you're able to see is this higher bit of elevation, this rock outcropping extends. There's one this way as well. You do notice over in this area, there's some kind of a ruined structure. You're noticing an arch from your current angle. It almost looks like either a roof or maybe a bridge of some kind. You also notice a ruined structure down this way, Grim. Down here, you notice what kind of looks like coffins pushed up against the rocky wall. And with your extended dark vision, you notice what looks like maybe a ceremonial graveyard right here. You can see another statue, a small one on the ground, and it looks like there's maybe 6 coffins laid out in this central area.
Hey, Sylvan, there's like coffins over there. We got an arch, like ruins over there. Does that sound familiar?
It does not. So, to clarify, since some of you seemed confused, this entire path, I have known exactly where we're going. It's only right here where I don't. This is not normally here, as I said. Sometimes the Shadow Road changes, and even in the changes, I usually know them quite well. I've seen various different paths, you might say, but this one I have not seen before.
All right, let's go to the ruins, and I'm going to pop off if I can.
All right, you climb carefully back down.
They're this way. Dons my shield again.
As you continue moving here, Grim, you're going to notice this strange, almost kind of looks like webbing type stuff, but as you look more carefully at it, it more resembles slime than webbing.
Like in the air or on the ground or on the walls? Or
It's on the wall stretching down to the ground, so what you can kind of make out, like this stuff right here kind of looks like it, or this stuff over here. This stuff here looks almost like a snot web. It's very strange looking.
When trying to determine what made that, is that like Arcana thing, or is that a survival thing because of being a creature potentially?
If you approach it and want to investigate it, I'll let you know what check to make.
I will actually just point it out to Glory. Hey, what is that? Do you know what that is?
What? Where?
These like web slime things.
It's probably like a slug.
Where's everybody? Hold up. Make sure everyone gets over here.
I
think we're a little
don't.
separated.
Rudek's going to summon his sword to his hand.
Okay.
So that does light, or do I need to set up like the light spell on him?
What's the range of the light? I'm gonna lock us till we get this figured
out. It's 15-15.
For now, I'll just go ahead and set it for you, and then we'll build something for you.
Okay.
All right, so you brandish your sword. That puts out bright light of 15 and then regular light of 15. So as you brandish your blade and this bright light suddenly extends in this area, Grim, you will hear a snarl, and you will notice to your east, atop this ruined structure that you're heading towards, suddenly a dark, draconic face appears and starts launching in the air. And that's where we're going to pause and take our 15-minute break, folks.
Oh, good.
Nice.
Yeah, is this like that same black dragon thing that stole our money?
It looks very similar to that. Yes, let's find out on the other side. All right, we are on the second half of our session here, team. Let's go ahead and get you guys back over to the map. All right, and as you guys were making your way here, Grim suddenly spotted this creature as the light suddenly burst into existence. I'm going to go ahead and change the music, and I'm going to put us into initiative. All right, if you have a special initiative thing, please do that now.
Grim, do you want to switch?
Yes. I have a 10.
Okay, then you'll have 23.
Okay.
All right, let's go ahead and update initiative. All right, so if that is all set with the initiative stuff, so Grim, I'm going to reveal this one. I don't know that you'll be able to necessarily see it on the map, but where I will point to you that you see its head, and only its head, is up top this structure here. It is your turn to act. Let me make sure I don't have the tokens locked. There you go.
Okay, so can you describe the setting a bit for me? These are we're in a valley, I guess. Those are cliffs to my right and
Correct. Yep. Cliffs to your north and south. You're looking at like a walking path. You're seeing some odd growth coming from your east. It is very much rocky. The rocks are kind of strewn about to the side, so it looks like a lot of those have kind of tumbled down. Here, as you see this beginning of this structure, it looks like maybe the arch of a building or a bridge. It's hard to tell from your current position. The head that you're spotting is elevated probably 25 feet above you, but you see it like lifted up momentarily. You spotted the head, and then that's right when initiative started.
he lifted up and he's looking at me, obviously.
Yes. And again, remember, the light just sprung into existence, and that's when you saw him lift his head and look your way.
Okay, I'll just move 5 here. I get a better vision of him. Now, is it a full-on dragon, Adam?
That's what it looked like to you.
No mean to interrupt. We were just passing through. We seem to have lost our way.
And I will take the dodge action.
All right, there is a bellowing that comes from up top. Does anybody in the group speak Draconic?
I do.
All right, unfortunately, the script doesn't look like it's working at the moment as I just tried it. I'll have to check it afterwards, but you will hear from up top this bellowing voice that shouts out, "Cecilou, the food has delivered itself." All right, and on its turn, it is going to fly up in the air to here, and then it is going to exhale from its mouth a ball of dripping black liquid. As the ball emerges, it's going to move more towards the center of the group here. So it's going to hit here, and it's going to explode, hitting all of you. Please go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw. I'll roll that damage once you guys do the con saves.
I'm going to inspiration.
Just as a reminder to anyone that's within my area, which isn't a whole bunch of people, but it is a +4.
Okay, so that's 18.
Well, I guess
Wow.
I'll wait, but assuming I fail, I'm going to inspiration.
You did fail, yep.
How far? Your range is 15 feet on that, right?
It's Adam. I'm going to move my token so they could see the.
Oh nope, I see it. I am
17.
not in it.
It's a little bit better.
Okay,
Is it-
I'm gonna burn my inspiration.
Is it 50% or like I don't know like if I count because I'm at
You
the
do
edge
not.
of my camera. Okay.
Adam, I'm going to go ahead and burn my inspiration as well.
Yep, so feel free to do so. Make sure you're reducing inspiration, everybody that's using it. Once you're done, the DC was 15, so you'll know whether you passed or not. I'm just kind of observing to make sure I see if any additional throws are coming. All right,
I failed it twice.
All right, I'm not seeing any additional rolls. I'm going to repost this so it rolls properly. All right, so that's going to be 46 points of cold damage. If you succeeded, you will take half of that. Please update your sheets appropriately. You're also going to notice that any non-magical light sources, which I don't think anybody has, but magic light of first level or lower is snuffed. So Laud, your light, Archgale, your light, both are extinguished. All right, Laud, I see you snuffed yours. Thank you. Archgale did as well. Okay, so that is that situation. Going to continue flying. Okay, next up is Glory.
It flew back to its roost.
Okay. I guess I only heard. I guess I wouldn't. Never mind. I'll move up. I'm gonna rage. I'm going to actually.
Adam, that would be a 15 for her if she is able to pick
Yep.
mine.
Yep, thank you for reminding me.
And I'm gonna dodge.
Okay, Caliban.
Caliban's going to try to move up here. I'm not quite sure what you're saying. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 to there. Are a lot of these like the cliffs? Can we see the tops of them, or we can't really tell how high they are? Or
You can't see the tops of any of them. I would say that what you can tell is this side is much higher. It would be very difficult to climb this. This you could climb. This is probably more like 20 feet up.
okay. Yeah, I'm gonna just take the dodge action for now, and then my turn.
All right, Adam, for my turn, I'm just going to go ahead and cast a spell. I'm going to cast Blade Ward, even though I don't think it really is going to help too much this particular thing, but that is what I'm going to do. And then as far as movement goes, guys, I don't know if we should climb up or something instead. I think we're just kind of sitting ducks here, but I don't want you guys to be without me. Oh,
Let's run through.
We gotta move.
All right, I'm going to go there, Adam. I'm going to end my turn.
All right, and Sullivan will shout, "Don't stay clumped together!" Hey, Archgale.
All right. I am going to cast Cure wounds on Laud. Just gonna reach out, pat him on the shoulder, and let me get those dice rolling.
Thank you.
And I'm gonna go ahead and move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Is that in that a legal move?
You can stand there, sure.
Okay, I was just making sure. I see that rock poking out. It looks like I think I don't know. I can't see really. Okay, that is movement spell. I don't see anything, so I can't attack anything. So I end my turn.
All right, Laud.
All right, I'm going to cast light on myself so that I can see again. And then, so 5, 10, 15, 20 will end there, and I will use a bonus action to drink one of the healing potions, one of the 2 that I have on myself. And that will end my turn. As soon as I can find where that healing potion went.
All right, before Runak's turn, in a roaring response in Draconic, you hear coming from a distance away, Archgale, I look forward to devouring them. You hear the flapping of wings as a second drake flies into the air, lands on this cliff space, and is going to breathe out as well. It is going to hit this area here and extend. It's going to get buffeted by the rocks, but it is going to hit the 5 of you here. So Grim, Archgale, Caliban, Runak, and Laud. I need con saves from you. All right, same DC as before. If you failed, you'll take full. If you succeed, you'll take half.
Inspiration. Heroic inspiration.
Okay, 38 damage this time. So if you succeeded, that'll be 19. Light would be snuffed a second time. So Laud, I think you just did it. So your light would go out again.
Okay.
All right.
Is my sword affected by that?
It is not, because the way it's worded is dispels magic light of first level or lower, and yours not coming from a first level spell, so you're okay. Then we're going to see the form etches back atop the cliff, and Runak, it is your turn.
Okay. Yeah, they're out of sight, but Runak's just gonna book it. We gotta get out of here.
There's potentially 2 exits.
And Adam, is that a typo? It says Elder Shadow Drake. Is that
No, that's legit.
Oh.
He will dash as action. There's one over here.
Go to the south.
Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4. I got one more movement. And then bonus action, he will second wind.
Okay.
For 4. That's the end of his turn.
Okay, Grim.
All right. I guess we're going to the south. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'll go take a look around the corner. I'm going to bonus action dash with my
thing that's called Adrenaline Rush. So 5, 10, 15, 25. Hey, there's an exit over here. 30 to there.
And a dragon, by the way.
That's my movement and bonus action. So with my action, I'm gonna try to what's that called? Defend myself. I'm gonna end
Dodge?
my turn with taking the dodge action. Yep.
All right, pulling itself over on top of this edge, looking down upon you, Glory. This creature is going to attack you. First, it's going to try to bite you. 18. It looks like that's going to connect. That'll be 23 points of piercing. You're raging, so we'll cut that down to 11. It has the Vex property, so when it tail slaps you now, this will be at advantage. 26 is also going to hit. That'll be 7 more points of damage. And after that, you're going to notice that it fades from sight as you see it disappears in a puff of smoke. All right, Glory, your turn.
Okay, I'm going to move.
Just around the corner. I think it's an exit.
I'm going to move again.
All right, so dash.
Dash. I don't know if that's an exit.
Split second decision making. What do you do?
And then bonus action extend rage in return.
Is that an exit?
I didn't see an exit. It's hard to tell.
Caliban.
Oh boy. Caliban is going to move 5 feet to here. And I'm going to probably scare the hell out of Laud because I am going to use my action to cast Jump on Laud and touch him.
Oh, what just happened?
Scare.
So that's
Who's that?
15, 20, 25, 30. And then I am going to bonus action Second Wind.
All right, Caliban, as you step into this graveyard area, stepping on top of one of these caskets, you feel the ground around your feet begins to shake, and you see many hands, skeletal hands, break free from the ground and try to grasp upon you. Please give me a strength saving throw.
Nobody mentioned the graveyard.
You pull your feet up mightily, breaking bones. You hear cracks and such as they can't seem to get a grasp on you.
Oh god. Okay. I started. I think I was at 20 there. 25.
I'll trust you.
I think 25, but don't quote me on it.
Okay. do I keep trying to go through there? 30 to there, and then I second winded, which should give me another 15. So I will move. I don't have no idea where the guys went to. 5. 10, 15 to there. And end my turn.
Do you get the hit points back?
Yeah, I haven't rolled that yet. I will. I'll roll that here in a second. Yep.
All right, Barnaby.
All right. Not wanting to be grabbed by Skeletor or the dragon that went poof daddy. I'm gonna first go ahead though and use my bonus action for lay on hands, and I'm gonna go ahead and give myself 30 back in a second, and then I'm going to go ahead and move. And that'll be there. And then I'm going to hold my action for Eldritch Blast if I see one of these guys.
Okay. All right, on Sullivan's turn, she's going to make her way to here. She looks towards you, Runok, and she's going to continue this way. And once she gets to this point, she will turn back and shout, "It narrows to a tunnel here! We should be able to lose them this way!" Archkill.
This way, guys, this way. We found it together, me and her.
How cute. Other way, Glory. My bad.
Okay. This is my turn.
It is your turn, Archkill.
Okay. For action, I'm going to cast Light. Bonus action, I cast Sanctuary on myself. And then I'm going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And I'll call out, which way are we going? I was a little dark, and I'm going to end my turn.
As you end your turn there, Archkill, skeletal hands break free from the ground, trying to grasp you. Strength saving throw, please. The skeletal hands hold on to you tight. You are restrained. All right, Laud.
Okay, so I can't see myself right now, but I can see dim light in front of me, and Archkill just cast light and ran, so I kind of know the direction I would need to go. Is there any chance like I would like fall over or anything if I don't cast light on myself before I start running towards the light that I can see?
Because it's so close, and yeah, you just saw it, I would say no at this short distance.
Okay, so then additional 30, so that's 5, 10, 15, 20. I guess I can jump to like there. Then I will I guess
As you get to there, Sullivan looks back at you and holds her hand out and says, "Not you first."
okay. Well, hearing that, I will use my action to I am going to cast light on myself. I'll cast light so I can, and then I will use my bonus action at the second level to cast Healing Word on myself. For 16. And that's my turn.
All right, this one will leap into the air and fly. Barnaby, go ahead and take your ready to action as it flies and lands on this arch. The first blast will connect. The second, it will evade.
First blood, first blood.
All right, Archgale, again, you will be the only one that hears this, but in a booming voice, you will hear, Zidros, this one is hurt. Let's drop it and see if they come back to save him. And then it is going to breathe once again since it recharged. Let's see who it all can get. Yeah, it's going to get Caliban, Barnaby, Runak, Archgale, Laud, and Grim. I'm going to say you're enough behind that wall that it's not going to be able to get you there. So you 5, Caliban, Barnaby, Runak, Archgale, and Laud. Please give me con saves.
I'm going to
Ranger.
spend inspiration.
Oh, me too. Yep.
Can it attack me? Sanctuary?
This is an area of effect.
I mean, area effect. Well then.
Made it worse.
Oof.
Don't forget about the aura.
That only affects Runak.
Okay.
He passed already anyway. He didn't need my help.
All right, so if you failed, it's 47 points of cold damage. If you succeeded, 23.
I have a question about this, cutting words. So I've not been able to use this to mitigate damage in a while because I haven't been able to see the creature. I can see the creature that's causing the damage. Can I react and reduce the damage for everybody on this, or just one character?
The way I read it, it says from the creature's roll, so I would say it applies to everybody.
Okay, then I will cutting words to reduce that by a d8, and I'll roll the d8.
Nice.
All right, so 6 less. So let's see, what was rolled? 47, so either 41 or 20 if you succeeded.
Yep.
All right, and then remember that is going to extinguish light sources. So Archgale and Laud, your light sources will go out. And next up is Runak.
Okay, Runak will still hold his sword alight. Follow the sword. We gotta get out of here, guys. He'll go up here. Dang, I don't have a potion for you. Can anyone help Archgale?
I have one. Could I like? I don't know what it would take. Like the potions have been on my belt. That's kind of what we've agreed, I guess. And I have one more. I don't know if like Runak can take that from me as an action and like feed it to him as a bonus action. Would that be possible?
Yeah,
I'll
I'd
try
allow
to
that.
get him when I'll try to help him when I get past him.
You get Caliban.
Oh shit! Yeah, he's a sucker too. Yeah.
All right, so that's what Runak will do. I'll rush up, grab it.
So it's your action to
Laud.
pluck it off of Laud's belt.
Yeah. Rush back, administer the potion.
All right, bonus action,
Yep.
administer it to Archgale.
Give him a nice slap on the face and says, "Wake up!
All right, so
We gotta run!"
You notice here, Runak, Archgale is on the ground. These skeletal hands are pulling on him. You can see the ground is a little bit lower than it was before. You're getting the impression that these skeletal hands are literally pulling him into the earth. You feed this potion into his mouth. He suddenly awakens with, go ahead and roll HP, however much he gets back.
Laud, what kind of potion did I take?
Regular, so it's a 2d4 plus. Let me look. 2d4 plus 2.
All right, you get 8 back. But that's the end of my turn.
Okay, we move to Grim's turn.
Glory, double back. Follow me. 5, 10,
15, 20. I see over there, right, Rudock?
Yeah. We found the tunnel over here.
That's 30, getting far away from those things that are grabbing on the Archgale. Now, I'm going to second wind real quick so I can get this. Don't forget. It's going to give me... When I use second wind, I can move 15 feet, I believe, right?
That sounds right.
Yep, so I'm going to move my 15. 5, 10, 15. And I'll apply my healing real quick before I forget. Okay, that's my movement and bonus action. I'm going to... Hey, do I just dash in there, Sylvan?
Go, go, go!
All right, action dash.
All right, so essentially you're running into the tunnel.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to put you off map. You've run into the tunnel, and you're in a narrow passageway about 20 feet down. You see it quickly turns to the right.
I trust you have me where I'm going to be, and I'll end my turn.
And you're eaten by a giant purple worm.
All right, this creature is going to fly on over. It is going to land here, and it is going to attack Barnaby. $14 is going to miss with its bite as those jaws snap by your face, Barnaby, and its tail comes down and tries to smack into you. But unfortunately, or fortunately for you, that also does not hit. After that, you're going to see it wisps away.
Just wisp, like, okay.
Like
all
a
right.
puff of smoke occurs, and you don't see it any longer. It is not there. And then we move to Glory's turn.
All right, I'm going to move. So 15. And then I'm going to dash. And then I'll go through the tunnel thing.
All right, I'm going to put you in the tunnel. You're just a little bit in the tunnel, so if an AoE hits right by here, you're still in range. So I'm going to put Grim further away because he's already out of range completely. You're still there based on how much movement you had left. Anything else there, Glory?
Bonus action extend range in return.
All right. Caliban, GM death save, please. All right, we'll keep that to ourselves as we move to Barnaby.
All right, I'm going to come over here. I'm going to lay on hands 1 point, because 5 points, 1 point really doesn't matter in this case here. That's a bonus action. I'm going to stand my ground here, and I'm going to take the dodge action.
Okay. All right, Selvin will make her way back here. She's going to grab onto you, Archgale. With all her might, she's going to try to break you free from the skeletal hands. And she does so. She grabs you free, and she's going to pull you back one. And then she says, go through the tunnel, go through.
Okay. I still have Sanctuary, so I'm going to do exactly what she says and go 5, 10, 15. Wait, what about Caliban?
That question hangs in the air, but you can rush through the tunnel or you can wait here. Your choice.
5, 10, 15. I couldn't see him anyways. Oh no. Okay. Well, I'd have the movement to do what I need to do, but here's what I'm gonna do before I run in there. I'm gonna cast. Oh, I don't know. Okay, let's do. Do I have to see them? Okay, I'm gonna cast Healing Word, second level, on Runok before I
Okay.
run in. Oops, sorry. Let me click the right one. There we go. That post.
I didn't see anything yet.
Oh, let me try again. Oh, there it is.
Oh, maybe it was just above my little scroller deal there. So 70. Oh, yeah. I
No,
guess
it,
that was the
no, it
17,
wasn't
right?
there.
Oh, okay. All right. So 17 then. So 17 back to Runok.
Okay, and then I will step onto the other side.
All right. So you make your way through the tunnel. How much movement did you have left here, Archgale?
I have 10 feet, and I can still action dash as well.
All right. So I'm putting you far away, so you're no longer within range of the AoE. All right. We'll move to Laud.
Is jump a concentration spell? I don't think it is, right?
I don't know.
Keith, do you know? It should be on your list. I don't see anything about it, so I should still have jump on me from what I'm seeing there.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I would
and
agree. I don't see anything about concentration. Yep. So you're good.
And the tunnel is like 10 feet from me, right? So I could jump into that feasibly as long as I have a line of sight to it.
No, because I don't imagine you can jump straight, right? Like you can't just jump and move 30 feet flat. Jump's going to have an arc to it. So if you were to jump, you'd be plummeting like face first into the cave wall.
Okay. I guess. All right. So what I'm going to try to do then is I probably won't jump the whole distance, but I'm going to move 5, 10, 15. Okay. And then I am going to cast light on myself.
Okay.
I'll see Caliban. I will healing word at the 3rd level on Caliban.
Woo.
Try to keep you alive. 20. And then I have 15 feet of movement left, so I'm going to jump basically to the opening of the cave, because that's close enough, right? And that would leave me with 5 feet that I would run inside.
So you're
If I
just, yeah, I would agree with you, but you're just barely inside at this point, which means you're still subject to the AoE.
Okay, that's fine. And that'll end my turn.
All
No.
right. Yeah, let's see.
But lucky you can't get everything.
Nope, but she is, this one is going to breathe down. The ball explodes, and that's going to get Barnaby, Caliban, and Runok. So I'll need the 3 of you to make saves.
Keep recharging that, eh? Oof.
I'm going to spend a lucky to make the save with advantage.
All right. All right, so Caliban will fail. Barnaby and Runok, you'll succeed. So that's going to be 40 to those that failed and 20 to those that succeeded.
Is it fighter that gets advantage, or is it barbarian on dex saves? Is it that barbarian I'm thinking of?
Barbarian.
Oh, this is a
con-
con save
con-
anyway.
Con save
anyway.
anyway.
Caliban, you just took 40 damage, right?
Yeah, I don't know why it kicked to 1 there. That was weird. There we go.
Okay, I was just double checking because that was the same amount if you only took off 20. So I was like, oh, did I miss something? Okay, so after the explosion and the breath, it is going to then fly down to... Yeah, it's going to fly down to there. Runok.
All right. Rock has to give them a chance. So he is going to cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter on the dragon.
All right, go ahead and post that. Yeah, this does indeed seem
wow.
to work.
Okay. And he'll yell out,
Get him up, and get out of there.
and he will, unfortunately, sorry, Caliban, I can't really help. I don't have healing. I'm going to start moving back. And bonus action, going to do the second wind again. God, these rolls. All right. And he goes into the tunnel.
How much movement do you have?
2, 3. So 15 feet.
All right, so you're still within range of the AOE, but I'll put you out off in the tunnel. All right, Grim, you're in the tunnel. Are you just keep pushing forward or anything else?
I'm gonna. No, if I'm safe there, I'm gonna dodge and then wait for everyone to get in.
Well, you assume you're safe based on the explosion radius. You know you're past where that would be. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so you feel free to pass your turn then. All right, this one's going to go ahead and fly over and is going to attack you, Barnaby. The bite snaps by your face but misses. Tail slap comes down and connects.
Let's see. I want to see if that's going to matter at all. I have 18. No, the best I could do is 22.
All right, that's going to be 21 points of damage from the tail slap. Okay, Glory, you're a little bit in the tunnel. Are you pushing forward further into the tunnel?
Yeah, I'm going to push forward further. I'm going to probably drop rage and use Warrior of the Gods. And I'm going to spend 3d12.
Okay.
And end my turn.
All right, Caliban, 2 GM death save.
As a reminder, in case it matters, you're still within the space, so you get a +4 to your death save too.
All right, we'll keep that to ourselves as we move to Barnaby.
God damn it. Shoot, I've got a bonus action trying to help my friend here, but I can't even move, you know? So bonus action 1, lay on hands, may as well, right? You know?
Can you move through an incapacitated enemy's space?
I would say
yeah,
so.
but I'm not. I would have to grab them and move them, and I would get an opportunity attack against me and everything. I mean, it's just, I hate to say it, but not really realistic. I hate to word it that way. Because I'd get the shit beat out of me. You know what? So on the one that's Tasha's, that one there's laying down, right?
The prone and incapacitated one, yeah.
I know it gets something, but you know, hey, I may go down to Blaze of Glory, but hey, Caliban, you got 1 hit point. Show it, brother, so that way there I at least feel like I did something before I die here.
I appreciate it, Bill. I think we both might be in trouble.
If you hurt it, it gets a save to not. Just careful.
I know, but you know what? I get a bonus attack. I mean, you know, I get advantage on it. So I could have Misty stepped out of here, but that wouldn't be playing Barnaby. You know.
This guy.
No, I already did my bonus action to use heal. You know,
This is a
the
lot
real
of tactical talk, guys. Here, let's go with Barnaby's turn. All right, so you're attacking at the Drake on the ground, and you poke into the ground. And a second time. See, it's totally fine. Runak, he can't hit.
But that would have been advantage because he's on the ground, though, right? He's prone.
Oh, yes, good call. So the second one will connect. All right, you notice as you strike it, it's particularly susceptible to radiant damage, and it is wounded. All right, so once it's struck, let me just double check the spell real quick. I think it gets an immediate new save.
Yeah, I think so.
Each time it takes damage, it makes a wisdom saving throw. It has advantage if it's triggered by damage.
Yeah, I know I could have done that, but I wouldn't have been able to grab Caliban. So.
Oh, gotcha. Yep.
All right, on Sylvan's turn, she's gonna go ahead and move up to there, and she's going to attack the Drake. She will manage to connect only once. And will wound it. Okay, Archkill, you're far in the tunnel. Are you continuing to push further in the tunnel?
Oh, I'm stuck in just a bad spot. Did I see what Grim was doing? Actually, do I even have light casted on me still?
You're off map, so you're not going to see much right now. You're in the tunnel. It's like a dark space. It's tight. You see Grim nearby you, standing there, seemingly like he's waiting to see if more people come this way.
I have light cast, so if you're within range of mine, you would be able to see.
Okay. I'll just ask the question. What's going on up there? What did you see, Lod?
They're in trouble.
Do we need to get back out there?
I have an idea, but I don't know if they're gonna get out.
What's your idea?
I'm gonna turn them into a giant ape.
And that's what I was say. Remember, it's only 6 seconds in a round.
Yeah, that'll be all.
Okay. Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna. Well, I guess I'm gonna use divine channel divinity, and I'm gonna preserve life on myself to get me 33, up to 33. I don't know. Lada, are you missing any?
Yeah, I could take another 4.
Okay, then you can have the 4.
It's the half, right? Matt,
Yeah.
Matt's half. Yep. Okay.
Up, yeah.
You can take 3, Lod.
Okay, rounds down. Gotcha.
Okay, and that's my action. And then my bonus action, I will use my durable to get a hit die. And I will end my turn. So I'm going to roll some dice while I heal.
All right, Lod, you're barely in the tunnel. What would you like to do?
So I think I'm 5 feet inside the tunnel, so I will take a 5-foot step out to try to see. Okay, still can't see. All right, so there, that's 10 feet. Oh god. 15. Oh lord. All right, 20. I can see. On Caliban, cast polymorph and turn him into a giant ape or a great ape or whatever. The one we have.
All right, go ahead and burn that slot. All right, and I'm assuming Caliban, you're not resisting this.
Hey, Caliban, if you want to, just remember you have +4 for your save. Sorry, just having fun with you.
Okay, and then I can still see both of them, so I will bonus action give Bardic Inspiration to Barnaby. And I have 10 feet left, which I can jump, so I don't know if I can get into the mouth of the cave or just like the very entrance of it, but I'll get as far as I can with the jump to the entrance of the cave.
All right, I'm going to put you there. That's your jump.
All right, that'll end my turn.
All right, at start, I think start of its turn for Tasha's or end of its turn. It gets a new save.
End
Should
of
be
the turn.
the end, yeah.
All right, so it's incapacitated, can't do anything. New save. Seems as though it is still under the effects. Okay, Runuk.
Stupid dragon.
I told you to make a joke. Okay, I'm gonna come. I'm 15 feet in, so Runak looks back at Lod. Do they need more help? Or are we good?
I think they can get out. Just stay there.
Oh, that's the worst option. I'm gonna.
Or do what you want.
Runak's gonna keep crawling through, I think.
All right, so I'm putting you further into the tunnel.
Yep. And he says, "Pray for the ones left behind," and just continues on. He will do before he goes. He will connect minds with Laud, so that they have a psychic bond where they can talk to each other.
Okay, that is complete.
All right, and that's the end of his turn.
All right, Grim still standing a ways back in the tunnel. You see Laud at the mouth of the tunnel. Anything you're doing?
Tell him to hurry up. Let's go. I'm just dodging over here.
All right, this dragon is going to wisp away and then reappear right next to you, Laud. And it is going to attack you. So its jaws come smashing down upon you. 12 is going to miss. It is then going to try to hit you with a tail slap. 13 is going to miss. And then it is going to fly to here as it clings onto the side of the building. Okay,
Oh,
Glory.
big scary dragon.
Inside the tunnel, anything you're doing?
Just dodge action, I guess, then return.
All right, and next up, it will be the ape's turn.
Cursing our guide.
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed that. What was that?
Cursing our guide. Are we escorting Sylvan or is she guiding us? What's going on?
She's trying to save us, dude. I'm good with her.
All right, Giant Ape, it is your turn. I don't believe there's any light sources out here, so you're not going to be able to see very well, but you are a Giant Ape. What would you like to do?
My light sources. He should be able to see that if he's close enough.
Why not close enough? I can't even see myself. I just see clouds.
Let me double check the sheet. Oh,
I can't
okay.
see him, so he might not be able to see me. I think it's 60 feet. I honestly can't remember exactly what my light is.
He'll be able to see your light, but he's not going to be able to see around him. But just 1 second. Okay, that should fix it. Caliban, you should now be able to see. Okay.
Okay, so I need to stand up, obviously.
Okay.
I don't. I can see where I want to go, which is good. I'm not really familiar with that. I realize I'm just a giant ape now. Can I? Could I scoop up? If part of me's tiny, would it be like a grapple?
Hey, I'm small.
It would be a grapple if you want to grab him. Yeah.
I couldn't King Kong and jump him. Okay. I think we're just gonna try to get the hell out of here. Again, can I go across through the square of the one that's incapacitated? The one
You
that's
can.
laughing?
Yeah.
Okay. I would like to do that. Now the trick is I can't see my token. I can't get a hold of my token.
So to clarify, you're just trying to move. All right, can you move it now? Right. So you said a few different things here, but remember what you can see and what you can't see. So you said scoop up Barnaby. You don't even see Barnaby.
I can't even see him. Okay. All I can see is the light. I'm suddenly I suddenly feel different, and I can see the light. So I'm just going to move towards the light.
All right, you've got 20 feet of movement since you stood up.
Okay. Can I park there?
I would say just move one space at a time. That'll make it easier.
Okay, fair enough.
Adam, I'm trying to remember if my I'll look it up. I don't remember if my rapier gives light off or not.
10.
Well, your life's at stake.
15.
Might be a good idea.
There's 20.
Okay.
And then can I use my action to dash?
You can, yeah.
That gets me how much further?
40 more feet.
For the 20? Oh, 40 more feet. Okay. I'm going to move up to the entry, realize I don't fit, and just turn back. Can I speak in this form, or do I just...
I don't
do I try to speak? And
Yeah, I don't think you can speak. Lod, correct me if I'm wrong, but from memory, you can't speak.
No, you basically become the creature, but like if you gestured or something, or like you were at the edge, I know that you can't fit, so I was gonna drop concentration as soon as you got to the edge to get in.
So again, don't communicate like that tactically. If you want to drop concentration, just say I drop concentration, but don't tell him what you're going to do.
Okay, I drop concentration.
All right, so you drop concentration. He will turn back into Caliban at this point then. So I'm going to take the ape away, and I'm going to put the Caliban back on.
so I turn back and I'd shout, and it'd be, over here when you can, as I turn back. So now the movement's confusing.
So how much did you move so much on your dash?
I'd moved 20 on my 40. So
Okay.
I still have my 10?
You have 10 left, correct. Yep, because your base speed's only 30.
Yeah. Oh, I can move to 10 to there. But then I am going to use my bonus action to second wind. I got two more of those still. I'll use one of those. So I'll second wind, knock one of those off, and that gets me 15 more, and I will dive my tiefling butt into that corridor.
All right, so I'm going to put you in the tunnel. You're still within range of an AoE if it's like right at the mouth, because you're only 15 in. But yes, go ahead and make sure you restore that HP from your second wind. Make sure you set yourself back to public. Anything? Oh, you already ended your turn? Excellent. Okay, Barnaby.
Did I? I didn't. Nope. I will now, though.
Oh, on my screen, it shows that you already ended your turn.
Oh,
so, yeah.
I whispered it. That's my problem.
Yeah. That's why I said set back to public. Yep. Yeah, Barnaby.
All right, I'm gonna use my I'm gonna go ahead and move 5, 10, 15. I'm gonna take a bonus action to go ahead and Misty Step 30. So I'll do a measurement of that real quick. It's approximately there, Adam. It's like 32 kind of thing. Yeah, and then I'm going to use my other 15 to go ahead and dash inside.
Okay, so again, you're still within range of a potential AoE. Just calling that out.
Yep.
Anything else on your turn, Barnaby?
So that's my action. Oh, I'm going to go ahead and for my action, I'm going to do a. I'm going to go ahead and just move. I don't know where everybody is in here, Adam. So I would want to, we'll say 15 feet in or whatever if I'm out of the AoE, but kind of near people. So that way there, I feel like I'm helping them with my aura.
So you're action dashing to run further into the tunnel to get closer to Glory, Grim, Archgale, and Runok.
Correct. Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Sounds good. You're out of danger then. All right. On Sullivan's turn.
I'll burn that spell slot too, by the way. So.
All right. Fair enough. Sullivan, you'll see she disappears in a puff of smoke, and she's going to reappear here. She's going to grapple you, Laud. I assume you don't resist.
I do not.
All right. She's then going to pull you into the tunnel. You are still within range of an AoE, but everybody is now within the tunnel. Archgale, anything you're doing, you're deep in the tunnel and outside of range of a AoE. So what I'm going to do here real quick, guys, just to make this a little bit easier, I'm going to shift everything a little bit. So let me just do this. It's going to be a little bit wonky, but bear with me. Okay, so just so you can kind of see where you're at, give you a little bit of visibility here. You guys are all in the tunnel. Think of this as like the back row of the tunnel. These, whoop, I'm not even sharing that. This is the back row of the tunnel, so all these folks are safe. There's no, in AoE can't get you. These people are still subject to AoE. It is your turn, Archgal. I wanted to do this so you can see HP bars and that sort of thing in case there's anything you want to do.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna channel divinity, preserve life again.
I'm going to remove that one light blocker as well, just so you guys can all see. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, and I'm gonna put that on Caliban. So it looks like he needs it the most. So whatever gets you to half.
Caliban can take 18.
18.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I will give some to Barnaby.
Yeah, and
If he can
sorry,
take the rest, 20.
all right, yep, feel free to calculate that.
I don't whatever his, I don't know what his max is, but 22 is what I have left. So that is my pool so far. So
Well, I can take the whole thing, but that's
yeah,
up
okay.
to you.
Then take the 22. Yep. And then I will say, come on, let's press onward, and I will move deeper into the cave.
All right, fair enough. So essentially, once the front row people get to safety, this encounter's over. All right, moving to Laud.
Okay. I am going to use a bonus action to bardically inspire Caliban, in case he gets hit with an AoE, and then I'm going to use my action to dash as far as I can get away, assuming that will get me kind of out of the AoE.
Absolutely, yep. You are now in safety.
All right, that'll be my turn.
All right, that Drake can't do anything. We'll make a new save. I believe he does shake that off.
Mm-hmm.
So that's at the end of his turn. So got that. Okay, Runak.
By the way, that's a clutch Tasha's.
Oh yeah,
that was awesome. That was
That was incredible.
And the ape. Both of those were great moves, guys.
absolutely. Yeah, Runak will just be like, let's get out of here. He'll keep running.
All right, so you're safety. You're continue to move. Got it. Okay, Grim.
I'm fine there.
Okay, so you're staying in safety. All right, so essentially the dragon kind of lands, looks in, sees the two of you there, can't reach you without like pushing in and putting itself in a really bad position. It's not going to do that, so it's going to fly back to its safety. And with you guys all having turns before the other one, that is going to end this encounter, folks. So yeah, you guys have gotten through the tunnel and you keep pushing on to the other side.
Oh boy, that was a close one. I don't like dragons.
That was real close. Thanks, guys. Holy crap.
I kept my 6 gold this time.
Tomorrow we're going to think that was fun.
That was a weird one because that was usually I'm like, oh, that was a dumb. I got myself into trouble for something dumb. That was just wrong place, wrong time. Couldn't make the con saves.
Yeah, and the funny part, this is a base encounter in the base module, and usually I boost them, but I looked at this and I was like, no, this is hard enough as is. I'm not going to add a third one. So, yeah, luckily I did.
Yeah.
Oh, we definitely would have died with 3.
Right,
I don't think I
right.
could survive 3 hits, even half damage. Like I just died to that.
Yeah. So
I honestly thought Keith was gonna die. I thought that was a done deal.
I knew this was going to be a tough one with all the healing and all the spells you guys have. I was like, I bet you they can pull through this. So I'm glad to see that you did. But yeah, so you guys push through. Oh yeah, go ahead, Bill.
I was just going to say, I am so glad I took tough for my first level feat,
Yeah, all the HP matters.
All right, so you guys are in this tunnel. You keep pushing through. Selvin quickly checks on each of you to make sure that you're still up, and then resumes her position at the front, continues walking forward, and takes only like maybe 30 paces or 40 paces, and then you're on the other side of this tunnel, and you can see the road continues on ahead as though it was never interrupted. You see she sort of looks back and looks at you guys and says, It seems as though somebody's shifting the paths around. Is somebody expecting you to come this way?
We weren't expecting to come this way, and unless the dwarves ratted on us.
I mean, unless there's a spy, I don't know.
There could be a lot of them.
We have
Your
powerful
girlfriend?
enemies.
Caliban?
Neve wouldn't know we were going to Vanderkool. We only learned about that a couple days ago.
It would have to be a dwarf at the Black Fortress. They're the only ones who knew we were coming this way.
Yeah.
Because that's where we learned to come this way.
And Sullivan will put her hand up and say, and don't forget, you're going to Seawall right now. We're not going to Vandekul.
Oh,
Yeah.
Right.
You're the guide wherever you take us.
Can we take a quick breather? That was exhausting.
You see she looks, scans around a little bit, peers front, and says, I suppose we have a moment here, yes?
Whew.
I would
Short
like
rest?
to try to short rest if we can.
Sure, yeah. So you guys hang out here for about an hour or so. Seems all quiet. You are able to complete a short rest.
Do I exhaustion? Can I? Is there? What was it? Make a con save?
From
try
falling
make
to
a-
0, yep, you can make a DC 10 con save to shake off 1 level.
Okay, awesome.
Do we roll that after? Oh yeah, well never mind.
And then
Don't mind me.
My con saves are broken.
I will do my 2 features as well. So the Inspiring Leader, so the 13 temp HP to all but Caliban. And then the Musician, which, who is missing that right now? I'm going to grant 1 to myself.
I don't have inspiration.
All right, Glory can get 1. I have
I
1
don't,
left.
and I could sure use it trying to make this con. Would have used it for this con save.
Yeah, well, I think you get that save after because the way that this works.
Right.
But
right.
I'll give you the
Makes sense.
inspiration too.
Okay, thanks. Because I don't have any more temp either, because I haven't been able to do a long rest.
For the hit die, can you roll them one at a time, or do you have to choose? Because like the UI is showing all at the same. Like you just have
I've
to
always
choose
played
all.
it that you can do 1 at a time. So like 1, and then you're like, I want to do another one to get more. Yeah, I don't make you have to declare ahead of time.
Okay.
Oh yeah, sorry, my bad. When I clicked on the button, there's like little ticks or like little check marks for him, but I
Yeah.
didn't see an option to. Oh wait, never mind. I do
Yeah.
see the option.
Every
now.
time you click
Oh,
on it, like,
really?
it rolls it. I think you can keep clicking them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
just
see.
wasn't
Yeah.
sure because you can click like when you hit short rest, there's like an option to choose how many of them, and I think I just chose 5.
I think you can just do like 1 at a time, and it'll
Yeah.
just roll.
Gotcha.
So the thing is, when you do 1 die, you have to add whatever you rolled to. Like I had 87, and now I have 99. I didn't want to roll another one, so I just said finish long rest, or short rest.
Does the
But you have to do
exhaustion
your
level?
own math.
Does the exhaustion level?
I didn't have to
come
do
off
that. It added it for me.
Not for me, no.
Sorry,
Does the
Keith, what
exhaustion
were
level
you?
come off? Yeah. Does it factor into hit die rolls?
It shouldn't, because exhaustion only affects D20 rolls.
Weird.
It's just screwed up on your thing. I saw that when you rolled a 0 hit points. I was like, yeah, something's wrong there. You know.
Are you using like a custom modifier, or are you using the conditions? Because I found that conditions is actually easier to apply.
Oh,
You
maybe
just
I
hit the cogwheel scroll to the bottom, and then there's an exhaustion level on there. Click on that, and it applies all the modifiers that it's supposed to.
I did the broad. That was my bad. Okay. So that should be just 3 hit points. Okay.
All right, so just to get us to a good stopping point here, guys, as we're at the end of our time, feel free to continue rolling your hit dice. But once this is done and you've completed your short rests, she will continue leading you out. It's only about another hour or so of travel before you find yourself at a river. Now, as you're approaching this, you notice this river looks somewhat wide, and you can see it is a very strange sight. You notice the water is black as black can be. Even those of you with dark vision cannot see through the water. However, every now and again, you will definitely notice some movements in the water. It's very eerie. As you look up overhead, you see there are occasional flashes of light that seem to go through the cloud-like atmosphere up there, and you can see many spectral forms floating up in that area and moving side to side. They seem to be many of them, dozens if not more. You also notice there is no bridge to cross this river, and you see Sullivan sort of looking and taking a moment, and she looks back at you and says, "This here is the Leith, and we must cross it to get to the other side." And that's where we're going to go ahead and pause, guys, and end our session here tonight. We'll pick up again next week, and this is what you guys have to look forward to. So good session, everybody. It was a tough one. We'll see how things go next week and see if you guys manage to get to the other side of this river.
Thanks, Adam. Hey, real quick,
Thanks, Adam. That's fine.
just a reminder for next week, I do have that blind sight condition, so I'm wondering if I could see. I just want to set it out there now so I don't forget first thing next week.
Remind me, you're saying if you could see things in the water. I think your blind sight's real short, right?
Yeah, it's 10 feet.
Right, so you're not in the water yet, but right, if you swim in the water, then that could come into play.
Okay.
All right, have a good night, everybody.
Thanks, Adam. Thanks, everybody.
Night.
See ya.
Yeah, night, guys.
Night, guys.
Nicely done.